You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Oh, hello. How are you doing? Oh, look at me. Let me just rearrange my screen. There we go. Good evening, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good night, goodbye. Hello. Depending where you are in the world, welcome along to LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for joining us. If you are watching on YouTube, please feel free to join in the chat. We welcome anybody from any team. Just keep it respectful. If you are a Leeds fan who's a bit of a wanker, then you'll just get kicked out. So there we go. And your team blew it, didn't you, against Watford? Luckily getting a draw in the last minute. Best team in the championship at the moment? Ipswich. Because Leeds are fucking useless. You couldn't even beat Watford. You were having to go at us about not being able to beat Bristol City? You couldn't even beat Watford. Best team in the league, Ipswich. Just repeating back to you guys what you said to me. And welcome along. If you are listening by the YouTube podcast, welcome along as well. It is nice to have you along with us. Gray is in. Hello, Gray. How are you? Welcome along. Miguel, hello from Michigan. 6:50 a.m. over there. And Highfields, don't know where you're calling me from today. Could be, let's be honest with you, anywhere with your police protection policy. But no, good morning to you as well. Welcome along. That sums it all up for me. Literally watching from behind a sofa. And I think this guy is probably watching from under his quilt, because I have a feeling that's where he will be. Let's say hello to Bradley. Hello, Bradley.
First of all, how dare you? And hello, mate.
First of all, you get that when you're in late.
I'm not late. I'm fashionably early for kickoff.
You think so, do you? You think so?
I try to.
Is that not us at the moment, mate? Up above?
Yeah, pretty much. Probably with a hot circle underneath for when we're getting nervous, so we don't have to leave the screen. But yeah, probably is. With a few Thatcher's gold, would you believe? Where's the Thatcher's, Chris? Where's the sponsorship? Where is it? Come on, I want to see it. There we go. Never too early for Thatcher's gold.
It is. Although having said that, I was up late myself, so I'm still on my first cup of tea. But have you seen the team?
I have seen the lineup, and I've got to see some changes in there as well.
Well, before we get to the lineup, I did post this, and I think, have a word with your dad. Good Friday, we got crucified. Let's hope Enzo can resurrect City's promotion challenge today. Had a word with your dad, Brad?
No, but that's for different reasons. No, I'm not. I'm the one that
that dad up there is what I mean.
That one, yeah. I'm always having a word with him. I said, "Hey, listen here, you stop pissing around now." And he went, "Oh, April Fools." I was like, "Well, it's been a long joke. Get over it."
I know.
So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, look, it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to remind you lot in the comments again what I said. Right? If Daka has a mare in front of goal, I don't want no slaughtering. I don't want none of this. Vardy would have scored it. Just remember what he did against Bristol City, okay? So that before...
And I've got to be honest with you, I'm sure... All right, we have played 2 games in 4 days, but I think one of the reasons you've got to drop Vardy, he missed 4 sitters. He missed 2 of those should have been in. The other 2 all right, but 4 sitters. Anybody deserves to be dropped on that performance.
Yeah, they do. It's fair. It's fair. I mean, two of them you could probably say you expect Vardy to take, even though they're not the easiest of chances. But the other 2, there's just, like everybody seemed to say after the match, Dakari and Acho or Cannon would have been slaughtered after the game. He is probably he's probably lucky that he's such a fantastic player and such a goat to the world of Leicester City fans, really, because a performance like that from any of them 3 would have been hounded on for the rest of his career.
No, this is the thing that gets me, is that as mad as I was at the time, and obviously as a fan you're mad. Let's be honest, we're not going to get away from that. You're going to go. You're
mad in both senses of the word, aren't you, Chris?
Sorry?
You're mad in both senses of the word being a football fan.
Yeah, yes. But what gets me is that I haven't heard any criticism of Vardy. I mean, look, Dara says here, and thank you, Matthew, for that. Vaz playing, Daka up front, that's a Norwich win then. Dara, if Vardy had been playing up front, it would have been a Bristol City win. Oops.
Can I ask people what Woutface has done really wrong to suddenly be on this hate train? Because I think he defended quite well, and he's got the hardest role of the 2 centre-backs. And before anybody says, Woutface does it on his own, Harry Maguire, Wesley Fofana, both of them had that role. They were the centre-back that bombs forward because they can get back. That means the guy that he has to put next to him, no matter who it is, he doesn't trust to do that role because they can't get back quick enough. Give him a bit of slack, give him a bit of credit. He's still a young lad, you've got to remember. I mean, we signed him out of desperation, and he's having a decent season. I don't know why people suddenly are hating on Woutface all of a sudden.
I think they're hating on a lot of players at the moment. I think it's the frustration with everything that's going on at the moment.
He's 25 years old, so I'm like 8 years older than like. So I was just checking Woutface's age, and I think he was. Woutface is 25.
So I mean. I think with everything that's gone on, I think fans are just a bit frustrated generally. Unless you call Jamie Vardy one mistake and you jumped on, and Vardy apparently has allowed 4. Maybe it was his 5th one when people would have jumped on him. But that's what annoys me is if you're going to have a go at players, have a go at them. I have a go at players. But
you should be consistent with how it is. If you're going to slag off one player because he didn't do this, don't then look at another player when he does it and maybe more times and go, "Oh, it's okay," because no, it's not. In that moment, we could have won that game, but that's it. It's done with. We did that at the game. We've got to go again. But I'm sure if he does, and I hope he doesn't, but I'm sure if he does miss a couple of goals, he will get slack. It's going to happen, no matter what it is. So,
I can see Daka missing one and everybody going, "Oh, it's Daka, it's Daka."
And it's not home, Chris. I think you'll hear it as well, won't it? You know what I mean? This is the worst time we need fans to be. Well, do you remember Chelsea fans were sterling against us? That's what we don't want today. We don't need a crowd like that on the players' back today.
No, not like I always say. For the 2 sets of 45 plus minutes, stick with the players. What you do, when they're not on the pitch, that's fine. Who is Max O'Leary?
That's the Bristol City goalkeeper. And yeah, he made some great saves. To be fair, he was. I actually said in our post-match, lad, that if I was to give a neutral man of the match and not just a Leicester one because we're a Leicester channel, I would have picked your goalkeeper. He made some outstanding saves.
He did, but when you've got the whole. Yes, it was a good save. Let's not take anything away. It was a good saves, or 2 good saves. But from our point of view, and look, we're looking at what our players are doing, in fairness, more than what Bristol City players were doing. You know, our players, when you've got the whole goal to shoot at, as he did, you don't shoot it straight at the goalkeeper. Iheanacho, the goalkeeper came out to Iheanacho. All right, he was offside, doubtful, but he was offside apparently. He lifted it over the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he did something that Vardy didn't.
Yeah.
Vardy unfortunately had one of them slumps where he does get these games where he does the definition of insanity, Chris, and he keeps trying the same thing over and over again, hoping he's going to fool the goalkeeper and the goal starts to flood. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, that it's like what Enzo and the players are always saying. That game, as soon as it finished, was done with. You know, we kind of processed it, done, put it in the bag, and today I don't care who scores. Today I don't care if we're awful, as long as we win.
Yes, yeah.
The
Renee, I'm
performance
not even going to
get
put
the
your
pin.
comment. I'm not even going to put your comment up because I'm not going to give it the time of day. You don't, you know, if that's your attitude, that's fine, Rennie. But you ain't getting any comeback from us on that one.
Yeah.
I slagged Vardy off. He was awful. He was. Craig, if Daka was League 2 standard, then on that performance the other day, Vardy was conference standard. Sorry, that's just saying it as it is. Yeah, you know. And hello to everybody else. Look, Ricardo's back. That's the good news.
Yeah. And I again, I have to reiterate, I don't think Chowder is an awful player. I do feel bad for the slack he gets as well because he's not a right back. He's not a centre back. He's a midfielder. And when he's played in midfielder, he's been relatively sound. In fact, he's been on the tongue of discussion for man of the matches sometimes when we've played him in his natural position because he does do that well. I am glad that Ricardo's back. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that Chowder is not playing in that role, but not because I think he's a championship standard player or a League One standard player and he's not good enough. He's not a right back or a centre back. So, yeah, I'm really glad Ricardo's getting a start because we need somebody who injects the pace down that side to complement the left-hand side because that's what I think struggling with our wingers getting involved against Bristol City.
Yeah. I think as well, you know, we slag players off when they are played out of position. And that's really unfair. Like you say, Chowdhury is good in the role he does, which is holding midfield, defensive midfielder. He's not that position, but what other options were there?
Exactly. I mean,
you know, all right, you could argue Albrighton, but
but then people would have said, "Oh, he's old and slow. We need someone with a bit more pace."
And
there.
he has got a habit of giving a penalty away in that position, you know. But so yeah, you know, and it's like Vestergaard. Everybody's been Vestergaarded. Everybody's been going off on one against how bad Vestergaard was, slagging him off. But he was never played in this position. Now he's been played into what he's now. Look at what he is, and maybe what he could have done for us in the Premier League, you know. So let's just remember that. And like I say, with Vardy, I'm not slagging off his career. If he walked through this door now, I'd have his babies. But on that game, he was, you know, what was that? I can't remember the league I was talking about now. Conference. It was conference standard. Doyle in for Justin. Did that surprise you at all?
No, it doesn't. I'm still flabbergasted that Kate gave him her man of the match. I think she got more into the sentiment because he was the one that did the lap of the away fans applauding. Because I don't think he had a very good game. I think JJ's gone in and out of confidence ever since that injury because when he first came back, he was brilliant. Then he had some off games. Then he had a couple of good games. And now he had a really off game against Bristol City. Barely heard him. Barely got forward. And if he did get forward, he never got the ball because I never heard his name. Never really saw him on there. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to pay attention to the ball and who's on it at that point. But I'm also looking at the runners. And I think we just need to go with... You know what we need, Chris, and it's so difficult to do, especially with some of our players and their track record. We need to start having a steady back four. for this running for me, and this is it. This has to be it for me. I'm sorry to JJ, but at least with Doyle, even with his injury, we've seen slow improvements. Yes, JJ got in the team rightly, but for me, we've got to start sticking with one of these and not.
I've got to say, what you were saying about JJ then leads me very, very nicely into this show tonight, which is our debate show. Now, I'm not saying anything, but tonight, Kate rang in and said she couldn't do it. And then within a couple of hours, Dave rang in and said he couldn't do it. Now, the fact that this is probably the biggest romance that's been going on since Dara O'Brien and you on Mock the Week, I just wonder. Funny that they're both off at the same time. I'm just putting it out there, but we are actually talking because Justin was the only one who walked around the pitch and applauded the players. None of the others went anywhere close to the players, which is not what they have been doing, and that will be something that we discuss as long as you can see with all the other news as well. 7:00 tonight on this channel, and then we'll be back at 9, Brad, won't we? And when we'll be reviewing the Bristol City disaster and the Easter Monday, hopefully, resurrection. So, and talking about resurrection and bringing people back from the dead, let's bring him in before he goes on his date with Kate. Dave.
Hello, boys.
Oh,
Howdy,
you're
Dave.
extremely fresh to say that you were up so early this morning.
Oh, don't. About 10 to 7, I was just having a nice cup of tea in bed. I thought, oh my God, I've got to get up now and sound cheery.
Can I just say, you got up, sound cheery. I'll come back to you on that one.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it every day.
Oh, this is why I'm having every 5th week off now.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Mate, your thoughts
Looking
on
forward
the
to it. Looking forward to it.
No. Let me just, this is how much I'm looking forward to it. I'll get there eventually. Hang on. That's how much I'm looking forward
That much.
to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got to be brave. The boys are out there.
Well,
30,000 fans are there.
Can I just say that you two may be having a date this evening?
Yeah.
With neither of you being on the show, and that's very, very strange. I mean, I've got to say, Dave, be careful, because it was only the other night she was sharing her room with Owen, but she's here now.
Yeah, she's bringing her mum and dad with her.
Steady on.
That's what you're into, Dave.
Bloody hell. I didn't know I'd signed up to that.
Well, you don't know what you sign up for on this channel, I tell you.
And I need to read the small print.
And it's very small, I promise you.
Kate, good morning, good afternoon.
Hello.
I can see obviously you're in Leicester today. Your thoughts on the team?
Yeah, I thought Vardy would get dropped because he did the 490 on Friday, didn't he? So I expected Daka to come in.
Was shit. Let's be honest.
Andy was shit. I didn't know whether Nacho would start. I don't know what's quite. Obviously, he's just not favoured at all, is he? And then we're relieved to see Ricardo back. Yeah. I think we've got a decent shout of winning today. And then interesting that Doyle's come back in for JJ. I thought Doyle played quite well the last time against Chelsea when we saw him. So we need to get some money out of him a bit, don't we? We've not had a massive amount of use out of him since his injury. So yeah, overall, I'm pleased with the team. I think that is bar an on-form Vardy. I think that's pretty much our best team.
We say, you say you're looking forward to a win. Really? Can you? I can't see us winning.
Can you not?
No. And I'll tell you for why. I want to just bring this stat up first. On the last 5 games, Leicester City are in 19th out of 24 in the form table.
Yeah.
On the last 5 games, Norwich are 2nd out of 24 in the form
table. Oh, wow. Okay.
They've only lost 1. I thought this might shoot you down a little bit. They've only
That's
lost
how we
1.
like it.
Well, I'm with a Norwich fan today, actually, and he says their away form is absolutely shocking. So,
well, fingers crossed. They did lose to Middlesbrough, which was an away game, but they did beat Stoke 3-0 away. So it's interesting.
Well, we beat Stoke 5-0 away, so I'm not sure that's a good barometer.
No, that's fair point. Fair point. And in fact, they were lucky against Plymouth last time out.
Yeah.
Oh, you've
But,
got Dave excited. Dave. Oh, Dave's gone down on you now. Dave.
Right, drop one of me buds.
That's what you call it, is it?
Sorry about that.
How is your bud, Kate? That's
Not-
another one that TikTok won't allow
It's
me.
not spring into action yet. Spring is yet to spring.
Soon we may.
But are you feeling confident? Because I'm absolutely not.
No, I'm not feeling confident. But with Hamza not in the team, that has relieved me a lot. I don't want to say confident, but yeah, there's just no option today. It's just a must-win game. It's a must-win game today.
Wasn't it a must-win game?
Well, it ended up not being, only through hindsight, because Leeds and Southampton both dropped points. But today, I don't think we'll have the same kind of fortune. Are they playing today? I've not even looked at the fixtures today.
Tonight. Leeds are about 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ipswich are about 5:30, I think.
Oh, so again, we've got the early kickoff out of the three again.
Yeah.
We have got the
Isn't
early
it?
kickoff. Yeah, as you
I think
can
they'd
see
mix that
there.
up a bit, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I mean, we were
Sky,
lucky. Leeds, and I said this before, and I'm sure we've got one or two of the not so nice Leeds fans in today.
Boys, keep spending your money with us.
Yeah. You fucked it up against Watford, didn't you? You got a point, and that was lucky. And just to quote Leeds, the best team in the Championship at the moment is Ipswich Town.
Yeah, they're doing well.
Looking at the table, that's what Leeds fans' barometer was.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get off you. Kate. I've not been on you, if I'm honest.
If you're honest.
I hope you and Dave have a good night this evening together. By the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kate's
I
round.
hope he's taking you somewhere nice.
The
King Power. Taking me to King Power tonight.
Can you see the screen at all, Kate?
Not really, no.
You can't.
Let me see if I can tilt it. Can I tilt it this way? Does that make it any different? Oh, yes, I can see it a bit better now. Okay, yeah. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. I've zoomed in a bit.
I just want to share something with you here.
Is this deep and meaningful, or is this some statistic?
No, this is deep. This is very deep and meaningful. I've got to. That's if I can find it. To be honest with you, here we go. So I want to.
We're going to do a bit of shopping first. Oh, that's a notice.
I look great on that picture.
Well, you are merged with her off the advert.
Brilliant. I love it.
I was going to play that tonight, but as soon as you two are off on a date somewhere, Kate, your prediction, please.
I'm going to go for a squeaky 1-0 win.
1-0. Kate, have a safe game, but hopefully you're going to be our lucky charm.
I hope so.
Enjoy it as much as you can, and don't boo if Daka misses a goal.
Okay. Enjoy, guys. See you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks to Brad for being patient with us there. Couldn't resist that, Dave.
Thank you very much.
I don't waste my nights, you know.
You don't, do you? You really need to go out more.
I do. Brad, what's your score prediction, mate?
Well, I think I need therapy after that. But my score prediction is look, Me brain speaking sense. It's going, we're in awful form. We can't win this game. It's all going to go kaput, and the panic button's been pressed. But I'm going to be ever blue tinted, and I'm going to go Leicester 2, Norwich 0.
2-0. Ooh, Dave.
4-1.
Good God, mate! I know you got up early. What? How many Red Bulls have you had?
I think Daka will get a couple. That's on the
He'll
basis.
hit the post later on and still get blamed.
If he scores early on, we'll romp it. If he misses a couple of early chances, I think we got trouble. But I'm saying he'll score that first one early on.
I mean, I've gone for 2-1 in the prediction league, so I'm going to kind of stick with that.
Actually,
That's my heart. My head actually says the other way around. In fact, no. My head says 2-0 to Norwich. Unfortunately,
come on, we got to do it. We're too good to keep losing like this. We are. You don't go 3/4 of a season like that and then, just never ever get back to it. Or even though you think you might never get back to it.
But
Actually, I had 4-1 on the prediction league. I didn't know that.
Oh,
yeah, I was waiting for you to click onto that.
I did not know that. That's weird, isn't it? That means it's going to be 4-1. I'll put some money on. No, I won't, because we'll lose then.
Yeah, never back the early kickoff, Dave. I told us gambling lesson 101. Gamble responsibly and safely, folks.
Yes. Look, the weekend, Bristol City beat us. Blackburn Rovers nearly did us a favour against Ipswich. Watford did us a bit of a favour against Leeds. We are at home today to Norwich. Ipswich are at home to Southampton. That is a big one. And Leeds have got a difficult game. I mean, they are at home, but they've got Hull City. To my mind, guys, I'm going to come out and say this now. Lose today, and if the results go against us, let's just look at the playoffs. Let's book a hotel in, close to Wembley.
I mean, as much as we kind of joke around, if that does happen, it kind of becomes like that, Chris, because today's an absolute perfect opportunity. Leicester win, hear me out. Southampton win, we beat Southampton in our rearranged fixture. All of a sudden, this 7-8 game spell where we've only got 2 wins in 8, strangely goes away because we're back where we've been for the majority of the season, and all of a sudden we remember it's back in our hands again. That's what we need to happen. This is. I mean, look, we could still make it losing today, don't get me wrong, but I would be like you, Chris, it's kind of like, well, let's accept this, and if we get back up there somehow by the end of the season, great, because losing to Norwich really puts us behind the 8 ball if Leeds and Ipswich both win their games later on, even with our game in hand, because then that game in hand becomes even more pivotal.
Yeah, Tom, I want to just say, I don't know if you are a Leeds fan or not, but I'm actually using Leeds logic, which when all the Leeds fans were coming on jerking off because you'd gone top of the league by 1 goal, and you were saying we're the best team in the championship, because you were top, therefore that makes Ipswich the best team. I mean, I know. Sort of, in Yorkshire, the schooling isn't very good, and you're still using slates and chalk.
I do love their tea, though.
Can I just? Sorry, Chris.
No, I was just going to say, but look at that and say, who's top? Not Leeds at the moment. Therefore, Leeds aren't the best. So you're talking a load of shite. But then again, if you're a Leeds fan, it's what we kind of get used to.
Chris, can you do me a favour? Can you pop it back up on screen as well? I just want to maybe add to him figuring it out. I don't know if you checked, Tom, but you're not played 4-1-4. You've played 4-1-3, drawn 1. Do you not remember your last result? Literally a few days ago, you drew. So you're not 4 winning streak. Hence why you're not first in the league anymore. I mean, annoyingly, we couldn't take it back off of you. It was Ipswich, but like Chris said, educational-wise, mate, you got 3 wins and a draw, not 4 because you drew.
Well, like what was I saying about education in
I just wanted to point out that if you're going to come on here and give it all the big and at least be right with what you're stating.
It'd be disappointing at the end of the season, wouldn't it, really? We'll miss all this.
Yeah.
Somewhere I wrote the fixtures out towards the end and I can't find it, but I've got a feeling that Ipswich get a Saturday off and then their rearranged fixture.
Good night.
Yeah, the rearranged fixture with Coventry has been slotted into some stupid things. Yeah,
I have them here, Dave. I have them
Have you
here.
got the rearranged fixture with Kickoff, because that's going to be a nuisance for Ipswich. That is.
Yeah, that's on Saturday the 20th.
That's what I thought, but it's not.
Oh no, because of the FA Cup, possibly.
No. Oh yeah, Coventry are in that still, aren't they? Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Oh, that's what it is then. Sorry, I just thought it should have been on that date, but they've
it
put
should
it in
have.
between.
It was,
another
when I
midweek.
did this, they hadn't announced the dates for the semi-final.
So Ipswich will be playing like
today, Dave? Do you think if we lose today that it's playoffs?
Well, the way the season's gone, I don't think anything's certain right until the end, because anybody can lose 3 on the bounce. I mean, Leeds, they're on fire at the moment, but they could quite easily lose 2 or 3. So who knows? I mean, I think the most disappointing thing will be if we play bad. I mean, Enzo said he thought we were playing the same level, but I thought Friday was terrible. Unless it's just a frustration of missing the goals, I don't know.
Do you think, though, Dave? I forgot what I was going to say then. That teams know what to expect. I picked my team this morning before it was announced, because I got it all set up and I thought I'll just change whatever. I only had to change one player because I put Justin in for Doyle. So if I know what team's going to be playing, then the opposition managers do.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the midfield aren't functioning like they were. What we need is for them to step up and start playing like they have been playing, and then we'll beat anybody. And you know what? I've been thinking, sadly, and there's been comments been made, and I think they're quite right, that Leeds, last 10 minutes at Leeds, seems to have screwed us. I mean, after that, it's been like Vic playing. You know, we scraped a win at Sunderland. We were lucky there. We drew at Hull, which, I mean, that's not a bad point. But then Hull can be hot and cold, and we've really struggled since that time. That's a worry, as if the confidence has gone. And I don't believe that in professional footballers. I really don't. But I can't think of anything else why we've seemed to have gone so shockingly bad after being so. Well, not so good, but good enough to beat the teams in the Championship.
Yeah. Steve, now, is this a dig at me here? Because you're saying talking of booking a hotel near Wembley, best make sure you can get a refund. Doubt that if the opportunity arose that you would go. Can't get away from making money as an alleged supporter. Now, if you're digging at me there, if you were digging at me, Steve, wobble your head a bit, because I probably put more effort into supporting this club with everything I do on this channel than you do. I actually live on the south coast, so it's an 8-hour return journey. I did have a season ticket, but I then I was off ill for 3 years and couldn't afford it. I'm now retired and couldn't afford it. So, Steve, I suggest if you are having a go at me, and if you're not, come in and say so, but if you are having a go at me, I suggest you go and stick your dick in that blow-up woman that you usually play with on a Saturday afternoon. So that's all I'm saying.
I think the problem with all this thing, I saw plastic fans again mentioned and armchair supporters. I think once you get to my age, you don't give a shit what people think about you. I know I supported Leicester since I was 9 years old. I went to see them I think first time was 1963, actually been more than that. 1964, I think, was my first season. So that's 9 years. So, and we've been away, home and away through thick and thin, all the way through the 70s and a bit of the 80s. And then life took over. And then they started moving fixtures because of bloody Sky TV. So, you know, I don't really care. And you shouldn't, what other people say. They're just.
No, I don't.
I shouldn't don't put them right. I wouldn't give them the time of day, mate. They're just a waste of space.
Yeah,
they've probably been abandoned at birth or something like that. So you know,
just think if his mum had been a swallower, he might not even be here.
Well, let's not lower ourselves to their standards. I do like their tea.
Let's do, because it makes me feel better.
Yeah, lovely cup of tea. Proper brew up there.
Indeed. Brad, sum it up. How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Nearly.
A little bit kind of que sera, you know, whatever will be, sort of thing. Thought I'd throw that in there for his comment.
You're a natural, bro.
Kind of like accepting that if it's going to happen, we're going to win today, and we're going to get back on track, and we're going to keep the winning feeling. The result's going to go our way unless we're going to do it. Or, well, this is annoying, but this is what we'd have taken at August. I guess it's just chart the way it's going to happen, and just deal with it. You know, that's the joys of football. Whatever happens, but I'm still going to be here, just like I was when we played Stoke and got relegated to League One.
Oh, that was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I was there. I was there watching.
I know. My shirt, the logo fell off that day. Was it Topps Tiles in those days?
Oh, there was a shirt, wasn't there, that kept...
it kept falling off. It came off a lot on that day, I'll tell you. I pulled most
and the
of it
mascot
off.
was creepier.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's very nice, man.
I think Stefan is a Norwich fan here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Stefan. He says, "Hi, Chris. Maresca always plays the same formation. Just knock it down the left on the counter, and you." Oh no, sorry. I see what you're saying. If they knock it, I get you now, Stefan. I get you. I didn't think. I thought I'd seen you before. I didn't. I'm confused. I'm old. Extreme's gone 2-0. Get that. You've still got time to get your predictions in. Tense, nervous, headache. You must be watching Leicester.
Stress levels go up. Attach yourself to a blood pressure monitor. That's a classic. I did that when we were at West Brom when Vardy scored that late one. It was incredible. My blood pressure. Absolutely incredible. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
I just want to quickly, this is, I don't know if you have seen this at all, but this just came out yesterday, so it's not actually breaking news. Everton report losses, Brad, of 89.1 million for the 2022-23 season.
Oh, okay. So, okay. That's getting worse for them, isn't it, as well?
Well, the lead story I was going with on the show tonight was that we've got the biggest losses. But I mean, that is huge for Everton. That surely takes them over the threshold, doesn't it?
Wow, it's expenditure over 3 seasons.
Well, just says here their net debt has now risen to 330.6 million.
Yeah, well, that's what they have the points deduction, mate. Whether this is going to continue throughout for Extras, because it can. If they get found guilty of more charges, they're going to get the same punishment. They've kind of set the barrier for that now, haven't they, really?
I still don't get it. The whole point was to stop clubs going bust. Well,
yeah. Well, I have noticed that there has been, and I'm not gonna name names, but there has been a little bit of a Leicester renaissance on this thing. Started seeing a lot of people on Twitter or X or whatever you wish to call it. Suddenly now seeing we're seeing finance experts because they're going on transfermarket.com and posting up Chelsea's loss of earnings for the last 4 years or whatever it is, and I'm not saying they're not wrong what they're posting up, but it's like I don't really care what happens to other clubs in that sense of those. If they've broken the rules, they've broken the rules. We just need them all to get punished, not just the little clubs or the clubs that are easy to attack because they've only got good lawyers and not, well-paid lawyers. If you're not, you know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
Well, on that note, third place is playing 6th, so you could argue that we have got the toughest game today. They're about to come out. Guys, thank you very, very much for popping on.
Cheers, boys.
You'll both be free at half-time. If so, you are welcome to pop on, Dave.
Thank you.
Then as well, Brad. And fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the best.
Cheers, bud, guys. And Brad, if you can be making the notes, that would be great.
Yeah, going to get the notepad all nice and ready for you, mate.
Brilliant, mate. And then I don't have to worry about writing things down. All right, mate. I'll
Chris
see you at
is a knob
half-time.
10 times.
Sorry?
I said I'm going to write Chris is a knob 12 times. So that's my note for you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you'll get one thing right.
I'll see you at half-time, mate.
Yeah. All right, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Right. You kick me.
So here we go. Let me just get this set up. And we are going to be doing the watch along very, very soon.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. No spoilers, please. The teams are out. And just to confirm, let me just bring Leicester's team up for you. And it's Hermansen in goal. Ricardo in that right back sort of moving into midfield role with Faz, Vestergaard and Doyle coming in for Justin. Ndidi and Kieran Dewsbury-Hall either side of obviously Winks in the midfield. Fatawu and Mavadidi on the wings and Daka up front coming in for Vardy. The substitutes, as you can see, going across the bottom, Salarchik, Justin, Cody, Chowdhury, Pat, Eunice, Marchal, Vardy and Iheanacho. Must win today? I think so. Just a quick reminder, as it says there, no spoilers, please. I don't want to know anything from any of the games if they're being played at the same time. I don't want to know anything from this game, whether it's a penalty or you see one of the players farting. If I've not mentioned it, you don't mention it. It is as simple as that. Del Boy, welcome along, mate. I went onto your channel last night, but you weren't on. So I was going to say hi, but I hope you are well. Jeff, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we're talking about that tonight at 7. I've got Anil coming on tonight to join me. Come on, boys. Yeah, let's have it. Gray will kick you out, by the way. He is a mod. He will kick you out if there are any spoilers. I'm going to put the clock up when we kick off so you'll be able to see what... Oh, God. I hate this. You know when you're ready to sneeze and you can't? Keep the faith. Well, yes, I hope so. As Gray says there, no spoilers out. Looking nervous. Yes, he should be. He should be. Yvonne has just come in and she's gone 2-1 to Leicester. Hello, Yvonne. How are you? I've got to be honest with you. 2-1 to Leicester is the most popular. 1, 2, 3, 5 people have gone for that so far. So that is the most popular choice. So here we go. We are at home. In the last game, Vardy kicked from right to left in a change, but we're back. Norwich have won. They are kicking from right to left towards the Kop. Leicester kicking left to right. They're all going to take the knee. See, that's back. And we're about to kick off. And there we go. So it's Leicester Norwich. Leicester in all blue. Blue shirts, blue socks and blue shorts. Norwich yellow shirts and socks and green shorts. Like I say, Norwich kicking towards the Kop. Leicester kicking from right to left in this half. So they'll be kicking towards the Kop in the second half. So Norwich are in 6th at the moment. Vestergaard's down, a clash of heads early on. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, but he's got a Southampton fan there has gone for a 4-3 Norwich win. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I would not expect you as a Norwich fan to go for anything other than a Norwich win. So it was Sargent, I think. He's just gone over and tapped Vestergaard, checking he's all right. Ten goals for Sargent in his last 11 appearances. Let's see if I can get the Leicester channel up. Not sure whether it's working or not at the moment. Appears not to be, so I might have to go back to Sky. Ah, great! My whole thing is frozen. Oh, here we go. What's happening? Absolutely nothing. So we just get. So, Vestergaard, 1-2 with Winks. Now it's out to Doyle. Looking for movement, plays it forward. 1-2 there between Aberdeen and Dewsbury Hall, but Dewsbury Hall loses it and Norwich have it on the far side. I'm going to leave you to check the chat if you can, Gray, while I go large, as they say. Craig, I've got your prediction, but no more predictions. Colonel, no, you can't. That will get you banned, because if we see any predictions in the chat whatsoever, we don't know what you're talking about. So if you think you're being funny, that's fine. Have a joke, but you'll get yourself kicked. So it's as simple as that. And hopefully Gray has got it all set for 24-hour kicks. First corner, I think, here to Leicester. Yes, it is on the far side. And it's not Dewsbury Hall taking it. Yeah, so if you go, it's not a 10-minute kick, even if it's a joke or it's your first time. It's always a big bruise under Vestergaard's eye there, but short to Dewsbury Hall. Crosses it in, comes across. No, doesn't quite get a good header on it. Yep. So it's 24-hour kicks for anybody here. Right. Over to you, Gray. Here we go. So Mavadidi there, Winks. Doyle into Vestergaard with that huge bruise coming up under his eye. Faz, lovely through ball over there to Mavadidi, takes it well. Back to Dewsbury Hall. No, Doyle now through to Dewsbury Hall. Oh, turns once, turns twice. Oh, he should have passed it. He should have passed it, Dewsbury Hall. He played it, he turned on it once. Could have played it in, didn't, turns on it again and runs it out. These Leicester players need to be told that we're actually a part of a team here and you can't do it all on your own. You could have got a cross in there, could have got the ball into the box. I was just saying here, why not just have a shot? No, he's trying to be, trying to walk it in and 76 in. Let's smash those lights, please, guys. So Faz. Vestergaard, a long ball over the top, finds Mavadidi, who can't control it, and it goes out for throw-in to Norwich, quite near to the corner flag on the far side, right-hand side. Dewsbury Hall now on the far side. It's got Mavadidi. The Norwich defence are actually the busier. Oh, Winks can't control it then. That was unlucky, but it's still with Leicester. Ricardo. Oh, Ricardo slips as he goes to take the shot. Oh, it was kept in well there by Mavadidi, and he gets a goal kick. Now we can hear the crowd going. So corner comes in. It's headed clear by Norwich. Winks across to Dewsbury Hall. Mavadidi on the far side. Oh, lovely 1-2 there with Dewsbury Hall. Oh, he's pushed over and he gets a free kick. Well done, Dewsbury Hall. The Norwich player is looking on in disbelief. So Dewsbury Hall's got a free kick. Oh, somebody looks to be warming up for Norwich. Is he coming on? Yeah, there's a player coming on here, warming up for Norwich already. So free kick, Dewsbury Hall, between the penalty area and the corner flag. Big boys up for Leicester. Better start's probably been made by Leicester with only in 8 minutes, I know. Right, the free kick comes in. Oh, it got onto the head of a Norwich player, but Leicester still have it. Oh, indeed, he's running over. That should be... Oh, he's asking for the corner, but no, it's gone for a goal kick. Nice to see that movement back there between Mavadidi and Ndidi. So Guppy I think, is down for Leicester. Sorry, for Norwich. At the moment, the crowd are like very, very good. And hi, True. Hi, Russ. So Sorensen off, Duffy on. So Wagner there, the Norwich manager, they are just showing. So Norwich have it in the centre, in the circle. Managed to get that through to another Norwich player. Faz is closing him down. Referee finally decides to give a free kick. Not sure what for there. Don't think Faz did particularly much wrong. So free kick to Norwich. Oh, Faz and Hermansen there, not talking to each other. The ball comes over. Faz was kind of like, what the, come and get it. Hermansen didn't come and get it. So Hermansen out to Doyle. Interested to see. I mean, as we look here at the table, I mean, Norwich, this is probably a bigger. I mean, even if Norwich lose this and Coventry win, Norwich will still stay in 6th. So it's a bigger Dewsbury Hall winning a free kick there. I think it's a bigger game for Leicester. There's more riding on it for Leicester. Quickly taking free kick for Leicester. Back with Vestergaard. Indeedy, Vestergaard. Winks. Faz now. A long ball over the way to Mavadidi, who takes it well. Oh, Fatawa it was, sorry. Chips it into the box, but it goes straight into the arms of the Norwich goalkeeper. Free kick there against Ndidi. Oh, sorry, against Piera. Sorry, I need to put my glasses on. Should have gone to Specsavers. Norwich away. Oh, he tries to chip it in there. Not sure what he was doing, the Norwich player. He tries to chip it in on the outside of his right boot. Wasn't really a pass, and if it was a shot, it was a very, very weak one, straight into the arms of a Manson. Anyway, Faz 1-2 with Ricardo. Then with Winks. Who's going to have a 1-2 with now? Vestergaard. But Vestergaard runs forward with the ball. Doyle. It's out for a Leicester throw-in, I think. See these new rules where if the ball goes out of play, the ball boys now can't throw it to the player. The ball boys have got to put the ball, or the players have got to take a ball off a cone. I don't know whether that's what league that's in, whether that's just in the Premier League or in all divisions, or it's not come in yet. Daka's through now. Guns all the way out. Oh, and he did. Good defending there. Well, good goalkeeping. Dunn was well out of his area. Daka was a good run. The defender there for Norwich didn't get his foot on it, but Daka... Still, I think if he'd got it in the box, to be honest with you, I don't think there's only one Leicester player there and about 4 Norwich defenders. But we do have a corner out of it. I think this is the 3rd corner so far. And it's a poor one. It goes all the way into the Leicester half. 58% possession so far. Leicester fans have the odd song, but generally quiet. Good ball out to Fatawu here. Oh, indeed, he runs over onto it. Oh. The corner. But indeed, Ricardo, one of them was asking, I think Ricardo was the captain. Indeed, let's have a look. Well, was it a handball? I'm sure Brad will have something about to say that at half time. VAR. Anyway, it's a corner. 4th one now to Leicester. This time it's on the right-hand side. So on the near side. Dewsbury Hall holding his arms up in the air. Left-footed into the box. But doesn't get it past the first player. Fatawu to Dewsbury Hall now on this side. Winks. Has a long shot, but it's well wide. Well wide. 0-0. Quarter of an hour gone, just over 16 minutes. Mads has certainly been the quieter of the 2 goalkeepers, but let's be honest with you, that means absolutely nothing. I think it's time, if anybody's watching from Thatcher's Gold, time for one of these. Let's see if he can hit the spot easier than Vardy can. Lovely. So Norwich have the ball on this near side. Yeah, 17 minutes apparently. It's the first shot. That was obviously Wink's shot. Really, I'm worried. I'm not going to lie. I mean, in the last 5, we lost to QPR, we lost to Chelsea. All right, maybe we knew that would possibly be coming, and we lost to Bristol. We managed to beat Sunderland. We tend to forget that, and we drew with Hull. But we are 19th in the form table on the last 5. Norwich, on the other hand, like we said, they have Norwich have won 4 of the last 5. They lost to Middlesbrough, but they beat Sunderland as well. They beat Rotherham 5-0, but then who doesn't? They beat Stoke 3-0. Like Kate said, we put 5 past them. And they beat Plymouth in the last match on my birthday, the 29th of March. And they are second in the form table. And at the moment, they are the ones with the throw-in. Oh, nice 1-2 there. There's, again, nobody marking the player on the left here. Number 7, it was way out. It's going mad. Who was picking number 7 up? Brad, I hope you've made a note of that one. Who was picking number 7 up? I thought Chowdhury wasn't playing today. Faz has got to learn to come, if Ricardo's not there, to come further out and mark those players down the left-hand side. Somebody said at the start of the season, before the game, just attack us down the left. On the far side then, East Stand corner. 1-0. 1-0 to Norwich. What the fuck? What the fuck? 19 minutes. What the hell was going on? Let's have a look at this. He ran in. Nobody went with number 17 and just tips it into the post. What the fuck were we doing there defending? Nobody followed the run in. What the fuck was going on there? Unbelievable, Jeff. First corner, first shot, first goal. Unbelievable. First corner, first shot, first goal. Not goalkeeping, Paul. I think it was the defender who picked it. He ran through the defence. And now they've got a player on the wide here. Oh, my God. Good goalkeeping there. What the fuck is going on with Leicester's defending? It is under 11 defending. Dara, suicidal defending, 100%. Through ball there. Daka didn't even run for it. He did. Luke, he lost his man so easily. Dara, was that comment after I announced it or before I announced it? Gray, do you know when Dara posted that at 12:51? Was that before or after? Can you ban Dara for 24 hours, please, Gray? Oh, was it? Right. As long as it was. As long as it was after I announced it. This defending on the left. Defending on the left is just absolutely awful. Daka now he's running for this ball, but Fatawu gets there fairly. But there's nobody up there with him. Honestly, awful. Two Norwich defenders go up for it, but they manage to get it away. Leicester can't take advantage at all. It is back in the centre circle with Vestergaard. Out to Winks. Winks plays it wide to Doyle. Doyle heads it here. Doyle shots it in, but it's straight to the arms of Gunn in the Norwich goal. That wasn't the Gunn that played for Southampton when we put 9 past them, was it? So they've had to make a change, Norwich. And yet they're still winning. Oh. Nearly gave it away then, Norwich. I thought they were giving a foul away. Duffy with them. Well, the Leicester player went down, but no foul was given. Let's have a look. Oh, that was a foul. That was a foul. Referee, right in front of your bloody eyes. Leicester at the moment just can't control the ball. I'm going to end up a fucking alcoholic by the end of this season. "25 minutes are gone. I've got to say, do we need Cody on with his experience and his old head? I think we possibly do. Who do you take off, though? Faz, ball runs to him. Winks back to Vestergaard in the Leicester half, just inside the halfway line. Forward to Ndidi and back again. Now it's KDH. Vestergaard. A lovely ball out to Fatawu here on the right. Goes past his player. Oh, it was just too hard. Just too hard for Leicester, but they get it back. Fatawu goes round, but it's still not falling for Leicester. Good defending by Guppy on Daka. Quickly taken throw in for Fatawu. Faz on the ball. Winks. Vestergaard. Fatawu coming into the game more now. Vestergaard just turns on the ball. Cody. Doyle, I mean, sorry. Dewsbury Hall. It's over! Oh, Daka just couldn't. Oh, no, indeed, sorry, just couldn't quite get under it. Good cross there. Good move. Oh, just didn't come down quick enough for Ndidi. Yeah, needed it to drop a little bit more, but Leicester now making a fight of it, possibly. Winks getting the tackle in there, goes out for a Norwich throw in midway in their own half on the far side. In front of the East stand there. Cheap free kick there by Dewsbury Hall. Cheap free kick given away. Norwich are just obviously, every time they get a set piece, they're slowing it down. Now Leicester. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, he got a free kick. But for God's sake, the ball was under his foot. These are supposed to be professional football players. So it's a free kick. No. Oh, now they're giving it away, but they got it back again. Winks, well done. Nothing is quite falling for Leicester at the moment. But then we're going to say that for quite a few games. Doyle plays it in, wouldn't fall for Leicester again. Tarwoot, no, the foul's not given. So crowd waking up now, getting behind Leicester. Ricardo to Faz. Faz to Vestergaard. Pressure's off Norwich at the moment. Ndidi. Out to Fatua on this near side. He's got the space. That run across by Ndidi. No, it gets across. There's nobody there. Now they've booted out by Norwich. Yeah, we are having the luckies down the right-hand side for us. 59% action area in the last 10 minutes. Just Ipswich celebrating. Thanks very much, Sky. So, crossed all the way over to the Norwich far side. Avadidi's tried to defend. He does it well. Forces Norwich back. Almost to the halfway line. It's turned by Norwich. They've still got the ball on the far side. Into the centre circle. Gibson for Norwich. Plays 1-2. Almost Leicester-like. Now it's a long ball forward and over the top, but it'll go all the way through to Mads Hermansson, who rolls it out very, very quickly to Doyle, who plays it to Vestergaard, to Ricardo. Out to Faz. So, Doyle. Vestergaard in the centre circle in the Norwich half. Forward to Ricardo. Faz is looking a bit frustrated. He couldn't get the ball. Goes out to Fatawu. Back to Faz. Back to Fatawu. Indeed, he's not running for him this time. Now it's back to Faz. Chips it into the box, but doesn't get it past the Norwich player. But it comes back out to him. He gets it well. Indeed, he crosses the ball in. Mavididi! Yeah! Yeah! Dewsbury Hall gets the ball in. What a beautiful cross from Faz. Plays it over. It was Fatawu on this side. Played it to Faz. Faz, lovely cross into... Oh, tried to get a lovely cross in, but it came out to him again. Indeedy. All the way across to Mavididi, who heads it back across. And Dewsbury Hall with a header. And it's 1-1. It is 1-1, everybody. We are back in this. Whoa. The booking here on for foul on Dewsbury Hall. So it's 1-1. Dewsbury Hall. That wasn't it, guys? Too many comments to go through, but it was a lovely cross there from Indeedy, met by Mavididi. And then they don't see many Kieran Dewsbury Hall headers. That's another free kick to Leicester here. 34 minutes gone. That's woken the Leicester fans up with 10 minutes to go. Oh, they haven't got it. That was... Oh, they've given it away of Norwich. So Dewsbury Hall, Mavididi points where he wants it. Mavididi gets it. A lovely little chip over. Doyle. Oh. It's a goal kick. I thought that was a bit of good play there. 107 of you in. $52 likes, thanks guys. But there's 105 watching. Where's the Ipswich fan? The Ipswich fan was loving this a minute ago. It's gone a bit quiet now. They've just said on the TV here, they are looking a little bit ragged at the back. That is very true. It's a free kick to Leicester. So it was against the run of play, Norwich's goal, typical Leicester, but Leicester now, we're pressing harder. We've had the more chances. Faz with the ball. Out to Fatawu on this side. Faz is running off to give him an option. But Fatawu. Ball's into the box. Oh! Winks there. It was a lovely play. Fatawu went on his own. Got the ball across. Daka plays it back. Winks, but it was a bit of a daisy cutter straight into the goalkeeper's, well, down the goalkeeper's throat. Probably, Matty. Probably. Drum, welcome along, mate. How are you? Pegasus, thank you so very much. Ben, thank you very much as well. Glad you're enjoying it. Please subscribe. Well, you subscribed because you're chatting, so please stay with us. Oh, lovely long ball over. Is Fatawu on side? Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Oh, that was unlucky from Fatawu. But it's 1-1. It is 1-1. I've got to say, probably what Leicester deserved. Norwich defending has been awful for the last 5 minutes since the goal. I think they're looking a bit rattled. Can't say that Leicester weren't the same when they scored. Absolutely good goal by Norwich. The Leicester defence just did not track the runner at all. And that's out, and it's a Leicester throw-in now. Ricardo takes it quick to Faz on this near side, looking for options. Excuse me if I just have a quick drink, guys. We started off behind the couch, Drum. Get out. We're behind there. There's no space for you. Mavadini, a lovely pass back to Doyle. Doyle chips it in. Oh, but it's straight at Gunn. I think Gunn was the goalkeeper, was he not, for Southampton when we put 9 past them? Yeah, it could have been a sending off. It was bad enough for a sending off, and it wasn't his first, was it? That's the thing that they said. I think it was a accumulation of fouls that got him to the yellow. But it's all ifs, whats, and maybes, isn't it? Indeedy. Winks now. Oh, lovely ball out through a few Norwich players to Fatawu. He's got the ball. Plays it back to Faz in the centre circle. Long ball up into the box for KDH. He doesn't get it, but it comes to Fatawu. Oh, he kept it. So Mavadidi, sorry. This is why I'm not a commentator. Oren, hello, sir. Again, it's nice to see. There's some nice Leeds fans out there. We all have banter, mate, and you're most welcome. Free kick to Norwich. I think Leeds will go up, to be honest with you. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. But Ipswich have had a fantastic season, let's be honest with you. They're just... I always say that they're like the Black Knight in that Monty Python film, and I've said it so many times for everybody that are regular watchers, but whatever you chop off Ipswich Town, they just keep coming and coming and coming. Bad forward ball for Norwich, goes out for a Leicester throw-in midway in their own half on the far side. Very, very true, Pegasus. It is Pegasus, is it? That's how I'm pronouncing it. So it goes back to Hermanson. Plays it out to Doyle on the far side. He plays a long ball forward to Daku. Oh, it doesn't quite get through to him, unfortunately. Winks has got it. Oh, lovely ball and lovely control by Winks. Winks is a Premier League player. He really is. Fatawu. Faz. Oh, tries to get it through to Ndidi with the overlap. And he lets it go out for a corner, though. So it's a corner to Leicester. On this near side. No corner kick duties for Kieran Dewsbury Hall. There's Fatawu. Both hands in the air. On this near side. Leicester's 5th corner. Oh, straight down. No, it goes up. Angus Gunn goes for it. Curtin, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong, mate. So we're coming up to the end of the first half. Yeah, Southampton. Just saying then, that's a fair point. Southampton have got to play Ipswich. That's been rearranged because of the semi-final. Coventry, sorry. And the semi-final. Oh, out to Fatu on this far side. Near side. Oh, turns it inside. Oh, it's a lovely ball, but doesn't quite get over to the defender, to the Leicester player. Doyle. Dewsbury Hall with a bit of an up and under. Yeah, Coventry obviously got the semi-final in the FA Cup, so their game against Southampton has been changed, but Southampton have got to play all three of us. Yeah. So Southampton, obviously they're playing Leeds on the last game of the season. It's a corner in the dying minutes of this half on the far side. Now, this time, last time they had a corner there. Ben, when I am here, I tend to say 97% of the time. I went to London, so I missed the Birmingham FA Cup game. I do go live, Ben, for virtually every game that I can. So I still think it's about 97%, 98% of the games I go live on. Sargent goes in for a header, but it goes over the top and for a goal kick to Leicester. There'll be a little bit of extra time added on. I'm guessing a couple of minutes. There's been a few injuries and obviously the substitution early in the half. It's very sunny here. I'm feeling a little bit warm. Dewsbury Hall fighting for the ball well. No free kick given. Quite right as well. Mavadidi. Gets it crossed. Taru on this near side. No. Again appeals for a handball. 2, says Kieran Dewsbury Hall. That's the second one you've not given. Darren Bond, referee, is he's certainly no secret agent. Oh. I think VAR again might have given us 2 penalties today. Doesn't get it past the first player again. Cheers, Drum. All the best, mate. See you in the Premier League, hopefully next season. Welcome along, Cheesy. Doyle. Mavadidi. Winks chips it across. Oh, for Taru there. Cuts inside, but can't keep it down. It goes over the top. And it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes extra time. Or stoppage time, injury time, whatever you want to call it. Are you, Pegasus? You're in Australia. Well, wait until half time and you'll see Luke. Check out Luke's channel. He's one of the regular presenters on this show every week. And he is based in Perth. And his channel is Leicester City Down Under. So do check that out, Pegasus. Yeah, Drummond in. Dewsbury Hall now. Oh, what the option. Dewsbury Hall had the options, went for glory. Taru now. And there it is, half time. We will be back in a few minutes. Do not go away. Thank you so very much. While you're waiting, if you haven't, why not subscribe? And if you have subscribed, please smash the likes button. It does really help the channel. 1-1 at half time. We'll be back after this.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Love it. Well, we're halfway to doing it. My 2-1 is still on. I'm joined by the absolutely beautiful Dave and the he's been slipping one in with. If you wonder where Luke was at the start of the show, I can actually tell you. Oops, let me put that back up. There we go. Yeah, mate, I'm gonna try to slip one in before the game starts. Hopefully, mate, Steph was grateful, and you both feel better for it.
More like shit to get a defibrillator to bring me back to life after that first half. You're not going to make it out to Australia if these games keep going on like this, Chris.
Well, I'm coming, whether you'll still be alive or not down there, or you've been arrested for smashing somebody's TV. Just got to say to a lady that was in, say lady, I don't know, but a lady or gentleman was in Pegasus from Australia. This is the guy that does it. I put the link in the chat there for you. Leicester Till I Die Down Under. He's Australian too. He's the guy you should be following. I'm not sure sometime about, when he's not, shagging his wife or slipping one in.
Gentlemen, I don't know what day it is today, but it's afternoon.
Sorry, are we still talking football? Have I come on the show?
And do check out our sister channel as well for all the women's football. And we've got a well-earned 1-1 draw against Villa. Coverage and match details on LTIT TV2. The judges are there.
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw, was it? Okay. I know we got
absolutely robbed Chris. They had one chance in that second half. Absolutely robbed.
Luke, before we go, I don't want to talk about the ladies too much because obviously we've only got 15 minutes. Luke, not happy with the first half then?
To be honest, it was a lot more positive. That's the first half. I was raging. I was like, I can't wait to play in League One again. But second half was a lot better, mate. And I tell you what, for all the complaining we do about VAR, I bet you were all secretly screaming for it, that second handball.
I think for both of them, to be honest with you. Brad, I mean, that second one, the referee was totally unsighted, wasn't he?
Yeah, and look, if I'm trying to be as impartial as possible on it, he's half an inch away from it. The ball goes at him and he's trying to turn away. It's very difficult to give them. Look, seen them give them, and in this division, they can't get looked at 469 times and then decided 10 minutes later whether it's penalty or not. It's one of them, isn't it? You'd want it given for you, but you kind of feel hard done by if it's given against you. I feel it's like one of them. So I can understand why it's not given. But despite the fact that we're not in front in this game, that has this first half in its conclusion has been a far better half than 90 minutes against Bristol City. And that's one thing I will say is a huge positive from that half.
Dave, I mean, went 1-0 down against the run of play.
Yeah, that was a foul as well.
Somebody at the start said, if you want to score against Leicester, just attack us down the left-hand side. I thought Chowdhury was playing again because nobody's been picking some of the players up down that left-hand side. And then, Dave, who picked the runner up for their goal?
Well, they're playing three at the back, aren't they, to be fair? They're not great at it, but it was a foul, the goal. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can't grab somebody and push them out the way. In any other part of the pitch, that would be a foul. The problem is still it's great that we scored. I mean, terrific goal. I think somebody mentioned it earlier, actually. I think Vardy would be good on against that lot at the back. We're too nice. Daka's too nice at the back. He needs to have taken that keeper out at least once because he needs unsettling.
Put Vardy on though, Dave. Would he be able to get it, over the goalkeeper or actually on target?
Well, it'd scare the crap out of the goalkeeper and the defenders because they look suspect at the back there.
They
and
do.
I think we're not closing them down. We're still very slow at closing down. We're not picking up the second ball quickly enough. And then eventually, of course, Fatou gets the ball and things start to change. That's ironic, isn't it? We've got two wingers. We suddenly start using them and things change.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant.
Luke, Would you bring Vardy on?
Look, I'll say this. Look, because it's particularly how the last game went. You say that, and maybe with the Daka challenge at the, where it came off the keeper, Vardy would have taken an extra touch, maybe gone around the keeper and tried squaring the ball. But it's easy to say that when he's not playing, and let's just not forget how he went. I know I don't like Daka, but I think it's maybe a little harsh. He had one opportunity where he had his back to goal, turned around and passed the ball onto Winks, who I think shot it wide, just missed. I believe it was Winks. So I'm still happy to give him another 10 minutes. Personally, I would have gone for Kell, but look, I'll say one thing, guys. I think one person that deserves mentioning, I think that's actually Doyle. He's been brilliant. Some of his he offers up a lot more on the ball than JJ does. He doesn't track back as fast sometimes, but JJ's been off it. And for me, Doyle actually had a decent first half.
I don't have a problem with Daka. Don't get me wrong. I just think he's too nice on the defence. You know, he needs to go and close them down a bit quicker, especially, and they do look suspect. And that was, he's had no service. To be fair, he's had no service, so you can't judge him on anything else.
I think it is. He hasn't had any service. 13th of December, Brad, was the last time Leicester City have come from behind. 11 times this season we've gone behind. We've only won on 3 of those occasions. We've lost on 6 of them. Work out the draws. Can you see it happening in this one?
You know what, Chris? I actually can, because Norwich have offered nothing, realistically. And you talk about their goal. I know Dave said there was a foul and a build-up.
Sorry, Ali.
Well, okay.
Just to interrupt. If you had been bothered to have been in at the start of the show, which obviously you couldn't, now whether that's timing or you were off shagging your partner, I don't know. But at the start of the show, what we actually said was that Vardy, yes, we know how good he is, but on the last game, he was pants, rubbish, shit, Conference League standard. What else do you want me to say? On the last game, 4 chances, 2 of them, he only had the goalkeeper to beat. Neither of the times could he. And if that had been Daka, you'd have stuck him, would it be an Easter weekend, you'd have stuck him on the cross and let him out to be crucified. But no, because it's Vardy, the sun shines out his arse, mate. Take off your blue-tinted spectacles, look at the last game, and tell me what Vardy did that was any good in that last game, because he was fucking shit.
Sorry, Brad, do us a favour. If Chris ever uses...
I think he's a...
Hang on a minute.
Sorry,
Brad, you're like you're a co-mod or something, right, Brad? If Chris ever uses the Conference National League again and via the same sentence, just kick him, could you please? I know it's his channel and all, but...
No, he's my boss. He's offered to pay... He's off to start making the slave labour and actually pay me a cent a game. There you go, Luke. No, I was actually saying, going back to the goal, I know Dave said there was a foul somewhere in the build-up or whatever.
No, it's a goal in the corner.
Well, you know how I'm part of the goalkeepers union.
Well, yeah.
Right? Being a former goalkeeper myself.
So's Dave.
I know. Well, Dave, I'm about to contradict you here because
still be a foul.
I've got
have somebody on the post.
On my notes, and there's lots of them. I made lots of notes in that first half. My notes is goal Norwich, because I started to write 19 minutes Norwich corner, but that soon changed, didn't it? I put goal Norwich, corner, disaster, 1-0, mad, what the fuck? Because that I think it was Duffy, the substitute, that was stood in front of him, and he never looked at the ball. He was always looking at the runner.
What he should have done, Brad, was get somebody on that near post.
That was different. And why wasn't Mads in front of him? If he was at his near post, they don't make that ball.
No, but he should have had somebody on that near post, because you've still got to cover the cross.
Look at
who ran with him?
The second corner, they had 2 men on the front post. So why wasn't that the plan for the first?
Well,
Sarah, who scored, ran through our defence. Nobody ran with him.
Yeah, again, that's the defence part. They let that side down, but Mads was at fault for his wrong positioning, because they don't try that if someone's on that front post. Chris, if he gets in front of Duffy and stands at his front post and goes, right, you're not getting in at this front post, I'm not letting anything sneak in here. They don't try that routine. Yes, it's bad defending. Yes, they switched off. Again, I'm not excusing the defence, but for me, the final play, because you look how deft that touch is, he should not get beaten at his near post.
I didn't think he touched it, actually, but obviously he did.
He just shouldn't. For me, the goal itself still goes in the net because Mads is poor in his positioning.
And this was the problem nowadays. Nobody on the post. Michael had the same problem. That's why he didn't come out, because he had nobody on the post. So he felt he was protecting his goal.
You should have players on the post.
You have
but
to.
Luke, what is well, I think about 43 minutes, 42 minutes. KDH had a breakaway. He had players either side for him. He went for glory, and it was a chance miss when he had other players he could pass to. I'll make this the last question because the players are coming out. Do these players know that they're part of a team, or do they all just want glory? Are they, is KDH, a glory hunter?
To be fair, mate, he's just scored a goal. If he hadn't scored a goal, probably would have crucified him a bit more. But he's probably feeling confident, mate. So I want him to take opportunities if he's feeling confident.
Yeah, he scored crackers from there.
Fair enough. That wasn't a cracker. That was a cracker with no. But
if he'd have scored, we'd have all been going on about it.
Yes, we would, but that's football.
Right.
Indeed, but a good point, Dave. A good point to end on.
Funny old game,
very much, guys. I will see you all at full time. Fingers crossed.
I've got to shoot at full time, Chris, up to Surrey. So sorry, mate.
No, that's fine. You're off to your day job, are you?
2 pages the first half notes, and I get 2 minutes. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Brad,
you know how I feel.
Post them to me. Post me them. All right, I'll read them tonight.
Right, the players.
See you guys later.
See you later. Cheers, guys.
Have a safe one, Dave.
Fingers crossed.
See you at full time, guys. Oops. There we go. And we're off. So let me just see how we can do in this second half. We ended the first half well. Can we pick up where we left off? That is the question. Indeed, he crosses it over. Gunn somehow managed to get a hand onto it. Straight from the kickoff here. Leicester obviously in all blue. Indeed, he on the chips it into the box. Oh, it is headed clear. Let's just let this attack see what happens. Vestergaard heading it back in. In fact, it's out and it's offside for Leicester. So it's a free kick to Norwich. So Norwich, yellow top, yellow socks, green shorts. Now kicking from left to right towards the south stand. And Leicester now in the all blue are kicking towards the Kop. 1-1, as you can see. Ben, I hope you are correct. And Gray in white. No spoilers, guys. Gray will deal with you. It was a great goal, Roy. You're quite right. It was a great goal. All play to them. But, we didn't track the runner. But it was a great set piece. So, Mavadidi's got Doyle to the left. Is he going to use him? He crosses the ball in, but there's no Leicester player there at all. It will go out for a goal kick. Should have used, maybe should. Oh, it's easy for us to sit here and say, isn't it? So long ball up by Norwich. Vestergaard lets it run through. So at half time, it was 59% possession. Oh, indeed, he goes through. It's a corner. Indeed, he was clattered into them by the goalkeeper and the defender fairly, I've got to say. Oh, the goalkeeper didn't actually even get a contact on it. The defender did well there in cutting Ndidi out and cutting the cross out. If that had got over Gunn, it might have gone in. Anyway, the cross comes in. Doyle is in with a header, but it was into the ground and into Gunn's arms. So 59% possession to Leicester, 7 shots to us, 4 to them. Both of us have had 2 on target. We've had 6 corners, they've had 2, and it's 1-1. Yeah, Doyle really should have been heading that at the goal, but he headed it down into the ground. So it was very easy for Gunn to deal with. So as it stands at the moment, Ipswich are still top. They will have played a game later, as indeed will Leeds, 84 and 83. We are on 83 as well, but we've scored 2 less goals than Leeds. If we get a win here, of course, it will take us top for a few hours at least. So, Winks. Mavadidi here. Back to Winks. Winks is, no, he doesn't cross the ball in. He passes it back to Doyle. Doyle now out to Winks on this near side. Now he crosses the ball in, but it's headed clear by a Norwich defender. Only as far as Vestergaard. He'll play it out to Faz. No, he won't. He turns round on the ball and comes onto the left side. Plays it out to Winks now. Kieran Dewsbury Hall gets a corner. Wink. You can see there, Dewsbury Hall called for the ball. He got it, but the Norwich player saw what was happening and covered it well. So it's a corner with Dewsbury Hall on this near side. On the side, just in front of the west stand here. Dewsbury Hall chips it in. Or goes all the way across and over everybody's head. But Fatawu on the far side's got it. Plays it back. Ricardo chips it in. Mavadidi heads it in. Crosses it in. Oh, they just can't. There's so many defenders back for Norwich. He's so well kept in for my Mavadidi, but it was just it just had the ball was under his feet. They've got so many defenders back now. Oh, Fatawu tried to play Ndidi in, but the Norwich player got there first, and it's out for a throw in, which Leicester take quickly. It's with Faz on the far side. Vestergaard to Doyle. It's very central. Tries to play it through to KDH, but it's cut out by a Norwich defender. Back onto the halfway line. At the moment, it's all Leicester, but as everybody knows with Leicester, that means absolutely nothing. So, what can Leicester do now? Faz runs with the ball, plays it out to Fatu on the far side. He goes for the play back, but he doesn't get it, and it's out for a goal kick as Faz cuts out the clearance. That was a lovely back heel when Mavadidi had the ball before, but Kieran Dewsbury Hall, I don't think he was expecting it, in fairness, and it was just totally under his feet. 1-1, 52 minutes gone. We're at the King Power watching Leicester City host Norwich City. Leicester City, like I say, in their home kit of all blue socks, blue shorts, and blue shirts against Norwich. Coming down the A47. Oh, that was nearly I don't think Daka was expecting that. Oh, it was a header back. Oh, unlucky. Oh, They tried to break away there, Norwich, but cut out by Doyle. Played it back to Hermansen. Kicks it forward to Vestergaard. Ricardo. He's been quite quiet today, Ricardo. Three shots for Leicester, 2 on target, 8 touches in the opponent's box in this second half so far. 0-0-0 for Norwich. Fatawu comes again. Oh, but he's crowded out. Crowded out. Leicester aren't letting up at the moment. No substitutions at half time, though, remember. Free kick for Leicester. No, for Norwich. Sorry. Yeah, almost as predictable, Dara, as Vardy against Bristol, wasn't it, eh? Wobble your head, Dara. Wobble your head. I'm fed up with all this Daka talk. I really am. Yeah, but Paul, is that because he's not getting the ball? We've seen that with Vardy. Don't criticise Daka for only having 3 touches. Sometimes Vardy gets less and nobody criticises him. Cheers, Gray. Yep, let's get it to 100 likes, please. So Faz on the ball. Must-win game this for Leicester. Flings it out to the far near side to Doyle. Lovely ball to KDH. He plays it to Mavididi. Mavididi's looking for options. There's not many on. Now Doyle's giving him an overlap if he's going to see him. No, he goes to KDH. Then he gets it back. Doyle's saying, I'm here. But he plays it to KDH. Who then now gets it to Doyle on this night? He'll get the cross in. But it's all the way over. Too hard, too heavy, and it's out for throwing on the far side. It is a fair point. Daka's not really been in the game, but is that his fault or is that the other players not getting the ball through to him and all? Faz takes it down well. KDH can't control it. But Leicester have it now and they come away. Tawu. Doyle tries a long shot, but it hits the Norwich player, comes off for a throw in. Hi, John. How you doing, mate? But the second half, Norwich have offered nothing, but, you know, you don't have to offer anything against Leicester apart from one breakaway. We've seen that all so often, so let's not get too confident, but Mavididi took it down well. Doyle now chips it into the box. Again, too hard. Doyle every time, too hard. Or is it lack of movement? Which is it? You know, you could say both, couldn't you, really? Oh, it's a free kick to Leicester. The Norwich player goes down, but he was backing into the Leicester player. Took it quickly, nearly lost out to Norwich there. Vestergaard has it. We need more than a draw. We do need more than a draw. I can't see Leeds not getting anything at home to Hull. And I can't see Ipswich. Not getting anything at home to Southampton. Not saying that they'll lose, but I can see them both getting at least a draw. Leeds kick off against Hull at 8. Ipswich kick off against Southampton at 5:30. That's a free. No free kick. This referee. Well, maybe he got that one right. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Hi, Doug. How you doing, mate? 76 likes. And there's 118. Come on, let's get those likes up. Indeedy, no, indeedy. Mavadidi or indeedy, but definitely indeedy. No free kick there as Faz was taken down, but Leicester keep hold of the ball. Vestergaard bringing it forward. Plays it out to Doyle. Doyle puts another cross in. Taru's having to backward to get it. Again, it was quite hard, but he managed to keep hold of it. Ricardo crosses the ball in. Headed out by Norwich, though. So everybody's going down just outside the box, but let's have it in the box now with Fatawu. Oh, indeed, he can't control it. Ball control is awful. Excuse me, oh now, can he? Yeah! Yes! Mamadidi! 2-1! Get in there! Get in there! We've come from behind! It's 2-1 with 30 minutes to go! What can we do? What can we do? I can pick my ass up for a start! Mamadidi scores the goal! Get in! 2-1! Leicester City! Does that with his tongue? Yes, in front of the Leicester fans at the Cop End. Well, you can't say that wasn't coming. It's been all Leicester so far in this second half. It was a bore-out ball by Norwich. Kieran Dewsbury Hall couldn't control the ball. Saw Mavadidi out. I thought he'd lost it. Oh, and he just plays a superb goal. How that went through, I don't know. Oh, wow. 2-1. Come on, we're going to have one of these, haven't we? We've got to have one of these. Two-one. Here we go. 62 minutes on the clock. That was coming. I've got to say that was coming. We're top of the league. I don't think whether we will be top of the league come the end of the day. I don't think we will, but we're there now. I know it's not done at all, but look, we're in front. We're in front. Forgot what a winning feeling felt like. I know, Curtin. I know. Oh, yes, indeed, Andreas. Yes, lads. Offside, mate? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Norwich come forward, though. We've got to be careful. Good tackle there by Leicester. Faz, oh. But no, that wasn't a good ball by Faz, and now it's a free kick to Norwich. Just inside their half on the far side. Oh, you see, even the commentator on Sky then, free kick given to Leicester. Oh, no, sorry, I mean Norwich. Even he gets things wrong. Well done. Thanks for waiting. Yes. Well, I forgot. I haven't celebrated like that for a long time. We do, but look, I'm not saying anything. We are Leicester. So 64% possession, 12 shots from Leicester, 4 from Norwich, 5 on target from us, 2 from Norwich. KDH on the near side now. He's all over the place. Oh, this is... Oh, Mavididi unfortunately loses. It was a lovely play between Daka there and Mavididi, but it didn't quite come off. I haven't seen you celebrate. Well, it's felt longer, mate. It's felt longer. It really has. Indeed, Pegasus. Good point. Good point. I don't know if you saw, I did post that website, Luke's channel earlier. The yellow card for Leicester, for Vestergaard. Vestergaard's on a yellow. No, it's been a while, Ben. It's been a while. Whoa. Probably was a yellow, but took one for the team there, I think. Thatchers. Ashley Barnes coming on for Norwich. Ex-Burnley player, I believe. A couple of changes coming for them. So, Nunes and Barnes are off, sorry. Gibbs and Fashnat are on. Gibbs and Fashnat on. Nunes and Barnes are off for Norwich. So 2 subs for Norwich. I have to be honest with you, I probably, at this point now, I have to say I probably would bring Vardy on for Daka. I mean, Daka's not been in it, but it's free kick to Norwich. Daka's not been in it, and that's not his fault. It was, he's not been getting the ball. But I just think Daka coming on now will just give the crowd a lift, would give the team a lift, would maybe make Norwich worry a little bit. So I would probably bring on at this point Vardy for Daka. Whether that will happen or not, we will wait and see. So, calming down a little bit now. The game's kind of getting back to the norm. Norwich have it just inside their own half. 67 minutes gone. Dara, we do need a third goal. You're quite right. So Leicester throw in just on the halfway line in front of the dugouts. So hang on, Stoke are playing Huddersfield with a 3 p.m. kickoff and Sky are showing it. I didn't think... Oh. Leicester giving the ball away here. Gibbs has got it. He overran it a little bit, but Faz deals with it very, very well. And now, great running by Fatawu. Plays it forward. Daka cushions it back to Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Mavididi, it's a corner. It's a corner. He tried to get a third and it's a corner. No, we can't get carried away. You're quite right. But we'll do what Ipswich and Leeds do, and that is just enjoy the moment. Maybe he could have crossed a little bit. Oh, wait. Mavididi to Doyle, back to Mavididi, back to Doyle, who wasn't really expecting it. Winks. Ricardo winks. Winks back off Vestergaard. Doyle. Mavididi, Doyle, KDH. Just slowing things down a bit. Now, Ali, I would say now, I say Dak has not really been in the game in as much as I don't think he's been played in the game very much. But I think Vardy now would just give the team a boost, the crowd a boost. So 70 minutes just coming up to gone. Can't see any sign of any substitutions on the Leicester bench. Oh, a lovely ball across the field there by Norwich. Oh. Oh, Norwich could have taken advantage there. I've got to say, fair play to Gibbs. He was caught. He didn't go down. I think if he'd gone down, it would have been a penalty. The lovely ball over. Mavididi clips him. Hits the side netting. Was it a corner? Did it come off? Oh, was it a save by Mads? No, it wasn't. It's been given as a goal kick. We got away with one, let's just say there. And possibly, though, we might not get away with this one as we're giving it away again. We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful at the back there, Leicester. Indeedy. Holding off the Norwich challenges. Back to Faz. Forward to Winks. Winks wasn't expecting that back, but he gets it. Out to Faz. Just inside our own half. Back to Vestergaard. Back to Faz. Back to Vestergaard. Leicester not really doing anything with it. We have to be careful that we just don't do anything stupid now at the back with 20 minutes to go, 19 minutes to go. Indeed, lovely turn and pass out to Mavididi now on this left-hand side. Dewsbury Hall manages to get it, has to stretch, but he's got it, kept it in. Plays it back to Doyle. Back to Dewsbury Hall. Looking to try and cross it, but he doesn't. He plays it back to Doyle. Doyle goes back to Winks. Winks across to Faz. Ricardo. Indeedy now. Oh, it's just a little bit too high there. Dewsbury Hall gets it crossed back in. Mavididi in the sun, but takes it down. But Norwich have it. And Norwich break away now on this left-hand side. Winks sticking with his man, but still Norwich players still got it. Plays it across field. Nobody's picking up with the guy on the left-hand side again as for Norwich. Oh. Vestergaard got himself braved in the way of the shot there. I'm empty. Oh, no, I'm not. There's a little bit left. Whee! So it's a throw into Norwich on the far side. "17 minutes to go for Leicester to hold on or create a third, or for Norwich to get an equaliser. Headed clear from the long throw-in. Daka couldn't keep control of the ball. Just saying then, could be Vardy time. It should be Vardy time. Vardy should be coming on. Yeah, in fact, Vardy is being spoken to now. He's stripped off. Well, obviously not stripped off naked. Dewsbury Hall, brilliant play there. Lovely pass out to Fatu on the far side. Norwich have got numbers back, but Leicester are coming forward. The crowd are getting behind them now. They've slowed it down again, Leicester. Advantage possibly been lost. Doyle. He's got Mavididi on this near side. Holds off the challenge. But the early advantage that Leicester had then has gone. Faz, he's got to pass it out to Fatawu. Yes, he does. Fatawu now closed down by 2 players. Vestergaard in the centre circle, just coming forward into the Norwich half. Faz out to Fatawu on the far side. Faz is played in. Oh, he's played across. This is Mavididi. He was played a bit short on that one, Faz, in fairness. Mavididi to Doyle. Doyle across, but there's no Leicester player in the centre of the box that could get under the head of that, and it's headed out, but it's as far as Faz. Vestergaard back to Faz again. Third one would settle the nerves. Headed clear by cross. Tried to find Mavididi, but it was headed out by the Norwich defender. So now it is substitute time. Vardy is coming on. He's got a lot to prove after the other day. The Vardy is on. Daka is coming off. He's getting a good round of applause. The captain's armband is passed over from Ricardo via Daka to Jamie Vardy. Now they shake hands and Vardy's on. Is Vardy going to make up for the Bristol City game? This is the question. I think he'll cause them a few more problems than Daka has been for this game. And I don't think the fact that Daka's he's not had a bad game. He just hasn't been in it. He hasn't really had a game at all, really. So Winks over to Faz, plays it out of his own half, but gets it back, plays it forward now. Winks to Fatawu on the far side. I mean, can you imagine if Vardy was to score now? Fatawu got the ball on the edge of the box, but it was falling backwards, and unfortunately the ball goes high, wide, and into the far stand. 109 people in watching. Hello to you all. Please smash those likes. We have 83 likes. We need to get to 100. Delia Smith is in the crowd. Wonder what she's cooking up. Hey! See what I did there? Boohoo, no, is... Oh, hang on, Norwich just broke through here. Oh, Vestergaard, good header. Good header out by Vestergaard. Agreed, Jeff, agreed. But at the moment, it's Norwich who are on the front foot. Dewsbury Hall caught in the possession. So 108 in. Let's get those lights. So we need to try and get to 100, guys. We've got 84 now. We need 100. Doug Out. Is that his full name? Mr. Out. Hello, Mr. Out. So the clappers, I think, are going. I think you're handed a clapper these days. You don't. They're not on the seats. They're offered as you walk in. No, Norwich have the majority of the possession at the moment. A long ball through that he just kicks around a little bit, Mads, and then picks it up. Ricardo keeps on to hold of the ball well there, under pressure. And Vestergaard out to Doyle on this side. Yeah, Doyle's crossing has not been brilliant. Kieran Dewsbury Hall looking for options. Hasn't really got many. Doyle, though, does a lovely crossfield ball to Fatawu. Having said that, plays it short to Fazu and he gets it back. Indeed, they do the normal sort of Fatawu trying to pass down the line to Ndidi, but it didn't really come off. There we go. Manchester United, Liverpool. Sorry, Doug, who cares? That's on Sky tomorrow. Trying to get a better position here. I don't think I am because of the way. I think I should just go back to how it was, don't you? There we go. I can't move that, unfortunately. I don't think it spins. No, it doesn't. If I move that, oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, Fatawu tried to get KDH away, but now Vardy is away. Vardy made it his there, heads it down. He's got control. He's looking for support. He gets it now. But it's a long way back for him to get that support. 9 minutes to go. Plus, obviously, there'll be stoppage time. Indeed, he couldn't quite get his head on the ball. Was beaten by the Norwich defender. All the 3 o'clock kickoffs coming up. Stoke Huddersfield. I don't get that. How's everybody feeling, guys? Into the 82nd minute. Norwich have it. Now, Leicester, can they break away here? Broke up the attack. Oh, again, too hard. Who was that? That was KDH this time. Let's do that. So Norwich have it. On the far side. They all still believe they can get something from this game. Oh, fast. Lovely tackle there. Took the ball off the Norwich player. Got Vardy now. He crosses it over. but it had gone out, I think, and it's a goal kick. But again, what is Vardy? We want Vardy on the end of them, not giving the crosses. Oh, Hamza Chowdhury and Pratt are on. Whew. So, Pratt, nice to see Pratt back. Nice to see him back. To see you, nice. Indeed, I mean, he's 84 minutes. He's probably ready. I mean, he's only just come back, hasn't he, in fairness? So, indeed, for Pratt, I would tend to say, and Ricardo for Chowdhury. I don't know what it is about Pratt. Yeah, it's a difficult one, that, isn't it? Do we stick with him next season? I think we possibly do. Oh, cut out again by Leicester. Winks. Jamie Vardy. He's on that wing, Jamie Vardy. Gets it back to Chowdhury. Under the 5 minutes plus any stoppage time that they see fit to add on. I'm probably guessing it'd be about 5. There hasn't been many stoppages in this half, but when does that matter in the second half? Oh, Fatawu. Oh, just couldn't quite get the ball through there to Pratt. Oh, free kick off Faz. He's already on a booking. Oh, poor ball from Norwich again. Mavadidi. Doyle gets it. It's a bit lucky though. Mavadidi's gone down. Might be a bit of cramp. He stood back up though. And it's with Vestergaard just inside the Leicester half. KDH. Doyle. Vestergaard, Doyle playing pretty passing to each other. Doyle. A long sweeping ball over to Fatawu. What a lovely ball that was. Just as we were saying, he wasn't crossing very well. Dennis Pratt. Chowdhury. Plays it back to Chowdhury. Chowdhury. 2 more substitutions for Leicester. We are running down the clock. So on 87 minutes. Yunus on for Fatawu. And Atgun and Justin are on for Fatawu and Mavadidi, who, I've got to be honest with you, have run themselves into the ground. They're showing Mavadidi's goal there. They have run themselves into the ground. Mavadidi doing a little bit of a Vardy on the corner flag. free kick to Leicester. Wow. I thought we were going to give it against Vestergaard there, but he actually he was being backed into by Sargent. Too far ahead there. Eunice couldn't get onto it. We're into the last minute of normal time. Vardy's trying to close the goalkeeper down and the defender. And he does it. That was Vardy. Vardy tried to cut the goalkeeper down. The goalkeeper passed it out to the defender, so he went after the defender and put it out. Well done, Jamie Vardy. Now it's a Leicester City throw. Or should be. So, waiting to see how much time to be added on as we are in the last 15 seconds of the game. Oh, cool play by Madsen Manson there. I told you, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Where has those 5 minutes come from? So Vestergaard, Doyle, Eunice on this near side. Lovely ball through to KDH, who loses it but gets it back. Winks. All the way over to Justin now, who's playing as a winger. Oh, he tries to get Pratt through, I think it was. It's a free kick to Leicester. It might be a throw-in, I'm not sure, but Justin went down. Take your time, Leicester. Take your time. I think it was a free kick. Anyway, Vestergaard has it near the centre circle. A long ball up and over. Oh, Vardy nearly got it through to Jamie Vardy. There was a lovely ball over. James Justin, first touch, crossed it over Vardy. Justin, his captain's armband there. Couldn't quite get on the end of it, and a Norwich defender popped in. 91.5 minutes gone. Oh, lovely. Yeah, that was just in there. Wow. On the right, he can play on the right, obviously, but on his least favourite side. Lovely touch. You're going to look to that and go, that was Fatawu. But it wasn't. It was James Justin. He gets a corner. Into the 93rd minute. Justin and Dewsbury Hall. It's just a short corner. Justin trying to hold it in that corner. And he gets the throw in. Now his shirt's pulled, but he was just holding it in that corner. 92.5 minutes. Dewsbury Hall. Pratt, I mean. Jamie Vardy! Yes, yes, yes! That's it! It's all over! Leicester City back to the top. Yes, we've played the game more technically, played the same number of games, I guess. But Jamie Vardy makes it 3-1, Leicester City. Well done. Come on. Come on. Leicester 3, Norwich City 1. That's what we want. No idea where my hat's gone. Let me get that from down there. It was a superb goal. Winks did all the hard work. 3-1. Lost me 3 points on the prediction league. But do I care? Do I fuck? Not at all. Not at all. It's 3-1. Leicester City. And we are sitting back top of the Premier League. It's of the Premier League. That'd be wishful thinking. Of the Championship. Yes. Wow. 3-1. Bring it on in. That's what we want. That's what they play. That's what the crowd wanted. Wow. 3-1. Yes, indeed. Leeds put that bus back in the garage. It is over to Leeds. It is over to Ipswich. It's now for them. They've got to go out and do something. 3-1 Leicester City. And we beat a top 6 side as well. No more than Leicester deserves. 17 shots. 6 shots from, that's all from Norwich. And it's all over. It is all over. It is 3-0. 3-1, I should say. 3-1. Just get rid of that comment. 3-1. Came from behind. Even Vardy couldn't miss that one. No, he couldn't. I haven't played this for a while, but here we go.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
We'll be back. We'll be discussing the match straight after this. I need the toilet. I'm sorry, I do need the toilet. But it is 3-1 to Leicester City. We are back on the lead.
have what she's having.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God.
Hello, Matt Elliott here. Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
for all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
Hello,
mate.
Just go for it, mate. Just go for it. But can I just say that what you just heard was recorded when Luke was slipping one in before the game.
Mate, that was I've just impregnated someone of triplets.
Oh, there's a thought.
Mate, that was so important. Like, if I had to pick a thumbnail or title for this video, it would just be like, the wounds are healing over. Temporary relief. Look, put it this way, in a nutshell, we conceded early. Was feeling very negative. I was raging at the time. We've come back. We haven't capitulated. We've got the equalizer. We then have scored again. We haven't, usually we go up and grab the lead and we kind of slow down a bit and take our foot off the gas. We didn't take our foot off the gas. And more importantly, we dominated and controlled the game. Got the third one to really put the confidence back in, and seeing how all the boys celebrated with Enzo Maresca off the bench after that third goal was what you want to see when we were fighting for our lives to make sure we get top 2 position.
Yes, yeah, totally there. That second half was the Leicester of old.
Yes, 100%, Chris. And like even off the ball, how much of these boys are running. That first 10, 15 minutes, it looked like no one wanted the ball. It was almost like hot potato, like, oh, you take it. Like, the confidence wasn't there, but it grew and grew and grew. And that was just, yeah, trust me, Matthew, I just spunked myself as well when that third goal went in.
It just took the pressure off, didn't it?
Oh, man. I've literally was stressing proper that first half, like, but we needed that. Like, walking away from that game, I remember saying to myself before, when it was still 2-1, and like, let's say if the game had finished 80 minutes, right? Obviously the game's played for 90. I was telling myself, you know what?
Nothing gets past you.
Nothing gets past me. I was thinking to myself, how many times, Chris, have we said we've won ugly, we've scraped past? You cannot say that even if we didn't score that third goal about that game. I really felt like that second half, they offered us nothing.
They didn't. I mean, I'm just I'll bring Brad in.
Get it written. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. I'm not getting overexcited about a win. No, never catch me doing that, mate. Never get excited about that.
Where are the Leeds fans in the chat?
Where are they? Come on, Leeds. Where are you? Where are you? It's all question on you now, isn't it? And do you know what the best thing is, Chris? It just needs to stay like this, because we've just shown the league table how it will look if we win our game in hand as well. I know level on points, Leicester, level games, Leicester are top of this league still. Have that in your fucking pipe, you Leeds people. Not the good ones, the ones that come in here and try and slag us off. As Luke would say, take the fucking knee. That is a performance we can be proud of.
You two get me in trouble with Leeds fans. I love your Leeds.
No, he doesn't.
No, don't. No, I love some of them. Let's be honest.
He likes Carla, that's it.
Carla, one or two that come in here. Oh, Alan's saying, wake up and spell. Hang on, let's see what. Please stop the Daka beat and support the whole team. Look, let's just go on this and we'll get this out of the way. I was saying Daka should be taken off. I don't think he particularly had a bad game. I just don't think that he had they weren't feeding him. But Vardy coming on, I think, a little bit earlier than he should have come on. He should have come on a little bit earlier, sorry, Brad. But he gives the crowd a lift. He gives the team a lift. He puts that fear into Norwich. But it wasn't Daka's day. But I'm sorry, he didn't. He had one chance, and it wasn't the easiest of chances. I don't think you can bash Daka at all on this game.
No, I think he had actually quite a good game. He was holding the ball up to allow the overlaps of the wingers. He actually nearly, he set up a chance for Winks, like great ball control. He's different to Vardy in the sense that he's been asked to play a little bit different. They're trying to utilise his abilities different than what we do with Vardy. And it was, I agree, Vardy maybe should have come on a few minutes earlier, but it was really pivotal because we just let the tempo drop, hadn't we? We kind of got I had my notes saying about 17 minutes, we looked a little bit nervous. And look, Norwich didn't offer anything. Their goal was the only threat they had pretty much all game, which will really annoy Mads for a clean sheet. But in terms of that, it was great timing as a substitute because, like you said, Vardy just has that extra bite between them, and he won balls in key areas and held on to the ball to get Leicester on the front foot. He really, it was turn a face of what we did against Bristol, wasn't it, Chris?
Yes. I've written a few things down, and we'll use your notes certainly tonight, Brad. But look, that was Norwich offered nothing in that second half, did they? I was very disappointed for them. I mean, they're still in sixth. They can't get caught even, with the games go against. Well, the rest of the games go against them, so they're still going to be in sixth. But they in that first half, they were really going to give us a fight. But that second half, where were they?
Yeah, I don't. When I said that earlier as well, I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm only calling the game as I see it, and I won't say they're poor, but they didn't offer us anything. Like they actually, I thought they shaped up kind of similar to us. It looked like they were playing with a back three for a lot of the parts of that game.
Let's just have a look what their lineup was. Well, they went for, it said here 4-2-3-1, but let's be honest with you, lineups mean now these days, do they really? I do want to get your thought, Luke, while I'm with you. We'll come to you first for this one. Doyle, he didn't have a bad game. I'm not saying he did, but I would tend to say he was struggling with his passes and his crosses.
Yeah, so the first half I thought he was good. Second half, he had a lot of wayward crosses into the box. He didn't go to their target. You can see that he offers more, like in his angles and stuff like that, being left-footed than JJ does. But yeah, it's a shame because I thought he had a good first half, and I thought his second half wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's not to say that JJ has been much better, to be fair, the last month, but I still wouldn't mind seeing, like, look, let's put it this way. From my opinion, Doyle suits when a team sits back like that and doesn't press us, like a high-pressing team, like let's say Leeds, then Doyle works. But if it's a team that's going to press us, for me, I'd rather have JJ in that position.
Brad, I mean, was it a case that Doyle's passes were too hard, or was it a case of nobody was making the runs for him?
A little bit of both. Sometimes he was probably crossing for the sake of crossing. There wasn't people in the box right enough, and they were only just getting there to settle to kind of ask them to reshape when they've got four players around them was bad. But sometimes the balls were good in the box and there was just no one passing to. Look, I know it's funny today because technically our equalizer came from a cross that was headed across goal, but that was the only way Leicester going to cause trouble from a cross is getting the high on it, so it's a looping cross and not a driven cross. And he tried them today, and that's the outcome of them. I'm going to probably throw a little bit of shade or fire at this. I still think he did a better job on the left for us today than JJ did in the Bristol game because he got forward more. He was more advanced. At least he was in them areas. And he had a shot or two, but proved why he's only got one league goal in his career.
Yes. Yeah, and look, like I say, he did not have a bad game. I tell you what impressed me. Justin replacing Fataru on his not favoured side. We know he can play on the right side, though, but he's not bad as a winger, is he, Luke?
I'm part of the minority. I've always thought that he looks better on the right side than he does the left. I know a lot of people disagree with me, and I can totally appreciate that. But no, we've seen that a few times for a late sub, him coming on that right-hand side, and he's been effective.
But were you impressed with him as a temporary winger? Brad?
I was actually. It's something that, because of the changes we made as well, we obviously put Chowdhury on at the right back role. We still need that intensity down the right hand side, and that's something that JJ offers you. He kind of looks like Ricardo when we play him right wing, doesn't he? He's still got a defensive brain to kind of shore up the numbers just in case Norwich did break away, but he's quick enough to kind of use that freedom. Norwich, I mean, Fatu is going to empty his pockets and find that left back in his pockets, and maybe a few others, because we absolutely tore him a new one more on that side than we did the left. It was a bit more, fair play to him, a bit more hard working from Vardy to create chances, but he did. But that right side, it was a great tactical, because we had that meant Chowdhury could stay back and focus on his job, and JJ could run that line, and he did it really well for me. I mean, he played a part in the goal, Chris. He keeps it in at the byline. So, yeah, great performances all round.
Yeah. We took a few chances at the back, it's fair to say. But did you feel at any point in that second half that Norwich were going to get an equaliser after we'd gone ahead?
Mads gave the ball up once. Other than that, no, I didn't. And you mentioned a good point, having both JJ and Chowdhury. For as poor as Chowdhury's been, you'd feel a lot less squeaky bum having JJ on that right-hand side of him to cover for him. So I thought that was actually a really smart decision from Enzo Maresca.
He literally, that Chowdhury did what Chowdhury does, and that is come on and just, do his job of, being a brick wall in the middle there. Do you know what I mean? And that's where I think he's stronger. Talk us through, Brad, that equalising goal from KDH, a header.
Yeah, like I said, Leicester had been creating half chances, but Norwich were, well, they played the game the exact same, didn't they? From minute 1 really to minute 95. Sat behind the ball, they were content to try and soak up the pressure. And just as I'd obviously been noting in that first half, that we were crossing to 5-foot blokes again. We started to loop the ball in the air and causing mischief, and that's what I mean by our strengths. We have to kind of play to it. If you're going to cross into the box, you've got to put it you've got to put it out of the goalkeeper's reach so we can get a head on it at the back post or something like that. And it was a great decision by Vardy. A nice nod, composed nod across goal, and Dewsbury Hall just thumped it straight into the net. It was a great finish, Chris, and it was just what we needed, because although the players didn't show it, it was frustrating because we will go down for our own error and against the run of play. So I think today that was the most pivotal goal, in the sense that we needed to make sure after the setback we came in level at half time. So to do that, it just proved pivotal, because we had our tails up. We were, we could taste the second goal, and the way Norwich were going about things, Chris, once Leicester got it, you realistically only saw one winner. And that's thankfully how it turned out to be, with icing on the cake, Indeed. Cherry on the top, whatever it is.
Icing on the cake, cherry on top, whatever you want to say. Luke on top. I mean, we could go on all night. Luke, second goal, 2-1, 60 minutes, half an hour to go. I thought this is going to be a long 30 minutes. I mean, there was a few chances there. And Vardy, Winks had the ball. I thought he was going to line up for the shot. Got it out somehow to Vardy. Came inside on his right foot. And just, I don't know where he found that gap from. I don't know.
No, it was beautiful though, wasn't it? I just about levitated, mate.
It was a great... your thoughts on that one, Brad?
It was deserved. It was, the pressure was building. I just started to note it needs to turn this pressure into goal. Goal needs to come. And look, today was one of them games for Leicester where, minus their goal, everything that Leicester seemed to do seemed to work. The ball stuck to Harry Winks' feet. And then just when you think the opportunity's gone because he couldn't get it out of his feet quick enough to have a shot, he plays in Vardy. That ball magnetised his right foot. And in a split-second decision, Chris, he makes a wonderful curled finish into the bottom corner, and the King Power just erupted, and it was great to see, and it's just what we needed.
Well, talking of the King Power and the fans, let's go over to one of our own who is there, rushing home, I'm sure, to get ready for a hot date with Dave tonight. But before she does that, Kate, I've got to say, fair play to the crowd. They even when we were 1-0 down, they stood behind the lads, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I mean, the first half in particular, the fans were just going berserk, passing the ball to Fatawu. Like, he just kept being left on his own on the wing, and the fans were going pretty mad about it. So when we eventually passed it over there, and then the goal came from it, the equaliser, obviously everybody went bananas, but Woot cupped the crowd with cupped his ear to the crowd, which I thought was quite an interesting response. I don't know whether that was saying like 2 fingers up at us, I wasn't sure, or venting his own frustration. But yeah, the crowd were great today. Much needed response, really.
It was, and I've got to say that second half was it was. I mean, I know people, and we'll come on to substitutes later about the timing, but everything, that to me, one of the best 45 minutes of football this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it shows what happens when we've got Ricky P and Doyle in. I think that's Enzo's perfect balance across the back line, in and out of possession. And some of Doyle's crossfield passes were great, weren't they? I think it just worked brilliantly. There was times again where I thought we dropped off a little bit, like when we went 2-1 up. I felt like we didn't quite turn the cog that I would like, but yeah, we did really well.
I mean, Doyle, we were just talking then, and as I had actually quoted during the watch along, he'd made an awful pass, and sometimes his crosses were just too hard, and like I say, it's whether his passes were too hard or his teammates weren't running on to the ball. Probably 6 of one and half dozen of the other, like Brad said. But he did do some good long passes. Look, 2-1. Mavadidi, somehow managing to find the smallest gap to get the ball in between a defender and the goalkeeper in front of the Kop. I mean, the crowd sounded like they were going mad.
Yeah, it was just exactly what we needed. I thought we'd messed that up, actually, that move. I thought KDH should have taken the shot earlier, but yeah, it fell to Mavadidi, and what a great finish, and everyone was just so relieved. And then when Vardy's went in, 'cause it's always tense, isn't it, being a Leicester fan, 2-1 up going into injury time. And when Vardy sealed it, which I'm glad for him as well, he put Friday's cobwebs away, finished a relatively easy chance, probably not as easy as some of the Friday ones, but he finished it so we could all breathe a sigh of relief and actually watch the last 2 minutes in relative stress-free environment, which was great.
It was. I mean, again, we have struggled. We started the season off. We were the team that were getting the last-minute goals. Then we became the team that was conceding the last-minute goals. Now we've gone past the scoring. We needed that. We haven't come from behind since the 13th of December.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's an interesting stat. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what Norwich's game plan was second half. I thought they were really poor second half. And as I said, I'm with a Norwich fan today, and he's just really disappointed. They didn't even come out second half. So they ended up being the victim of their own strategy with the goalkeeper time wasting constantly. And then they were the ones that needed the time at the end. That's football for you, isn't it? But no, we capitalised well. We held the ball really well. Really pleased with that. What a confidence boost. And over to Ipswich and Leeds. See what you guys can do with a bit of pressure added.
And they've not got easy games. Ipswich and get a host in Southampton, Leeds hosting Hull. Look, I'm not one to gloat. You know me, I don't like to sort of gloat, but just show us the Norwich fan.
He's up ahead. He's a big chap. I best not anger him.
Oh, no. Don't say he's a big chap. You know what David will react. I'm going to say, I'm going to come to you, obviously, and then I'll let you go. Leicester, team performance today?
An 8 today.
An 8, and your man of the match?
I think I'm going to go for Callum Doyle. I thought he was superb today. I thought, considering now how much football he's had or how little football he's had since the turn of the year, I thought he was really good. I think he provided that balance on the left side that we've desperately been in need for, and was able to do those twitch balls. Yeah, I thought he was great today.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to lie. I've got to say, just very quickly before I let you go, and then I'll ask the same question to Brad. I didn't think that 3 p.m. kickoffs were allowed on British television.
3 p.m. Saturday kickoffs aren't.
Oh, Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go. Don't clip that, anybody.
Because that's really, another really clear rule about football that we've got there.
saying Huddersfield, and I'm like, it's kickoff. What are you doing, guy? Yeah. Right, on that note, over to Brad.
Well, I'm glad you embarrassed yourself. See you, Kate.
See you, Kate. All the best. Take care.
See you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye. How
Guys,
can
clip what Chris said. Remember, you clipped it. He got his Easter stats wrong.
And honestly, it's I'm just no. Well, look, let's move on. Doyle, I wasn't expecting Doyle, but we'll come on to that later. Vardy, he needed that goal, didn't he?
He did. Again, it kind of puts to bed the Bristol performance. Not that all is forgiven, because obviously it'd been nice to have won both these games, and then we would be sat there on a few more points for a game in hand. But it is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, that's Jamie Vardy. It's Jamie Vardy things. And Chris, for a guy who we bemoan at, I guess, and sometimes maybe go down that old, well, he is 37 now route. 16th goal this season for Jamie Vardy. His fourth he's got in his last. He scored, I think it's something like 6 in his last 7 games. That's his 4th goal off the bench as well. So, it's just good. And again, we kind of needed it, because I don't think there was a Leicester fan in there, despite how lacklustre Norwich were. And you know what? If we get 7 more games like that, I'm all for 7 Norwiches turning up. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
For me, we needed that 3rd goal, not because I felt that Norwich would score, but our form, Chris, that voice in your head goes, yeah, but it is when Norwich go down the other end and score and nick a point, and that's when you go, oh no, don't.
I kept saying in the watch along, like, look, yes, it's 2-1. Yes, Norwich haven't offered anything, but this is Leicester. But I want to just say that as well, is that when we criticised Vardy recently, that was on the Bristol City match, and people have got to remember that. We weren't criticising his season. He's performed over and above what I thought he would this season. Without Vardy, he would have been up the old creek without the paddle, so to speak. But on that one game, he got criticism. Today, fair play, he got a goal. What I was struggling with, I'm not going to lie to you here, I could do, but I'm not going to, was that Vardy was at the end, and he was the one trying to cross the ball when he should have been the one in the box, shouldn't he?
Yeah, and I get from a fan's point of view, you see him with the ball, and your instinct is Jamie Vardy, run at them, get past them, smash it in, make it 3-1, kill the game off, sort of thing. But if we kind of remember logically, we are a team that was in bad form, needed this win. I can't say more than Norwich, because they're obviously chasing the playoffs, and the teams behind them, I've got a couple of games in hand on them now, so they'll be a bit nervously looking over their shoulder. But he could have. But if he'd gave the ball away, he would have been bemoaning him. He had 3 players, and I agree with what Taggart said. It was smart, actually, by Jamie Vardy to do Jamie Vardy things in that situation. He read the game situation. He knew the occasion. He knew how much this win meant to him and the rest of us, and how much we needed it. So he put his foot on the ball, mate, and let everybody catch up, and then we passed it around Norwich for another minute. We wasted a minute instead of giving the ball and the initiative to Norwich. So I actually don't have a problem with Vardy doing that the way he did, even if it is very un-Vardy. I'd rather see that in that situation, Chris, than him trying to go past 3 players when he maybe doesn't have that about him anymore, if you know what I mean.
He does. I just think that, to me, he's very much, and we write him off at our peril, don't we? But to me, he's very much that Kevin Phillips or Tony Cottee sort of player. Let other players do the running. And I just, what was annoying me was not from Vardy, because, he was the only one there, but there should have been other players there that should have been doing his job there and then getting it over into the box for Leicester.
Yeah, there is, but maybe that was an instruction, because I did start to note in the last 15 minutes, just when I saw Vardy getting spoken to and actually noted that he might be coming on, which he did, the tempo went out of Leicester's game just a little bit. They were still in control, Chris. They were still having the majority of the ball. Norwich weren't threatening in any way, shape or form. So that helped it as well. But there was that natural nervousness of going, oh, actually, now we're in front, we cannot let this go. This has to become a win. And it did. And okay, you could sit here and say, well, Norwich didn't offer anything. It was easy, but no winning. One winning 6. You're not doing great. This was a big game, Chris. This was a huge game, given the result on Friday as well.
Definitely.
And I kind of understand why the intensity went and why there wasn't maybe marauding bodies going forward like there was before we were in front, Chris, because they just wanted to see out that period, get to a stage in the game where they could kill the game off, and they did. And a huge thing for the goal difference, isn't it? Because that's wiped out Leeds' lead on that, if you will.
Yes,
as well.
Jeff says a good thing here. Does Ali know the names of any other players? Ali, all I will say is, mate, it is getting boring. And all that's going to happen is that I'm going to mute you on this channel, so you will never... We won't see your comments. Nobody else will see your comments. We get what you're saying, but give it a fucking rest. Jeff, Ali is... Just bear with me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves while I just go and kick Ali out.
I was going to deal with it, but if you want to deal with it, fine.
Oh, no, I can hide him. So basically, he will come back in and he will think that he's in the channel, but he won't be.
I mean, fair how you dealt with it, mate. That's great.
No, he is.
Is he, John? I don't know. Maybe he is.
Yeah.
You might not see John's comment just yet. It's one just under Luke's donation.
Right. If we ban him, we can ban him for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I can go on and actually block him, but I don't want to block him because what I want to do is hide him on the channel. And what that does is he'll come on and thinking, why is nobody talking to me? It's Ali Boris in disguise. Yeah. Luke, you are a gentleman, sir. I've just messaged Luke. Sorry I didn't get to say goodbye. I know you said you had to go, but I was obviously... Kate's prettier than you. What can I say? I'd sooner talk to Kate. He's gone for KDH for his man of the match, and I understand that. Totally understand that. And a 9 out of 10. Well, yep. Good marks there from Luke. Thank you so very, very much, Luke. And thank you for the donation as well. I do appreciate it. If we get 100 points, 5 wins, we'll get automatic promotion, says Jeff, quite possibly. But of course, Jeff, it all depends whether Daka's playing or not. Oops, did I say that out loud? Sorry.
It's Ali. Here he is.
Can I just say that, Daka in goal had a good game. Daka at right back had a good game. He played well on the left and in the centre of defence. And also, there are other players, aren't there? You're quite right, Jeff. There are other players. Sorry. Great. Yeah, just carry on. I don't think he'll be back, to be honest with you. That 3-1. We said at the start, I don't care about the performance. I just want to win. And it was definitely one of those games. We said it against Bristol. We didn't get it. We didn't get the performance and we didn't get the 3 points. Here, not only did we have the win, the 3 points, it was a damn good performance.
We did, Chris, and it was a convincing performance. And it's what we needed to see in a way. I would have taken a scrappy 1-0 90th minute winner. I really would have today. But the fact that we got performance... And it wasn't just like it was a good performance on the ball, Chris. It was the commitment by the players. I mean, I wrote down a list of my top 3, but I was thinking of 4, 5, 6 man of the match performances because they were phenomenal today. They got the ball, they pressed, they supported, they were asking for it. They lost the ball, someone recovered it. They lost the ball, they chased that Burt down. Benny Hill music at one point. Someone, I think it was Winks, got dispossessed. Didn't throw his arms in the air, got up, chased his bloke down. All right, gave away a free kick to Norwich, but it was on halfway. It was that was back as well, Chris, and that's what needs to be staying around for these remaining, 7 games of the season. We need to see that.
I was pleased because I was seeing Wout Faes, Mavididi, like they were getting annoyed because they weren't being given the ball, and that's what you say. I want to see players that want the ball. That are looking
hunger
for
and desire.
Sorry,
hunger and desire is what you need.
Yes, and when they don't get the ball and they're like, to me, that's I was here. Why didn't you use me? Sort of thing,
Yeah.
But,
It's good to see. I'm glad they're frustrated because they're hungry for the ball, Chris. It was a brilliant performance, and there was somebody. So I've just seen Paul's comment. It was funny. But it was good to see, and there was somebody. I don't know if it was in here or if it was maybe on the Twitter post that Leicester put up with Team News that was saying about Wout Faes. Shove that in your pipe and smoke it, because that was one of his best games all round for me.
Yes.
Wout Faes was brilliant today, and again that commitment, Chris, that commitment to the cause was right there from start to finish.
You're right, continue,
Chris.
You're totally right. I can't argue with that. Anyway, as we move on, I'm just waiting for Alan to come through, but I've already written mine down, and I'm undecided because with Bristol it was actually hard to pick a man of the match because there was awful performances. For me, I'm struggling to pick a man of the match because there were so many good performances.
It's nice to have that one, isn't it? I'd rather have that headache than the other one.
Thank you. I've been tossing my hat off. One day this chair's going to go backwards and you'll disappoint. I'll disappear over the back. But Brad, give me your team rating.
Oh, my team rating. It's a far cry from the Bristol City one.
Unit 3. Did you give them 3 for Bristol?
I did. Yes. And I'm going to times it by 3 as well, Chris, because it was a complete contrast in performance and effort and fight. I'm going for 9 out of 10.
Wow.
It was almost a perfect performance apart from the goal, to be honest with you. And again, Chris, I'm with you. I did put a top 3, but I was like, could put him down. There was 7 or 8 star performers. They all had a good game, in my opinion. They all really did, even though Mads, to me, was at fault for their goal. Brilliant games all round. It was just what we needed. It was a perfect tonic to a Norwich side, Chris, that were in form and hadn't lost in the last 3.
Oh, second in the form.
We weren't turning over some turkey on Christmas Day. No. You know what I mean? We've just turned over a really good side.
Second in the form table. I thought this was going to be tougher than it was, actually. Come on. This weekend sums Leicester up, and yes, thank you, God.
Hey, I'm the one that does the resurrecting. Thank me.
I'm going to say, Enzo's resurrected our promotion hopes, hasn't he?
Well, you asked him to, Chris.
I did ask him to, in fairness, despite we got crucified on Good Friday. But did you give me a match? I'm sorry, I was reading.
No, I didn't give a man of the match. That's my team rating. Do you want a man of the match?
Yes.
Well, I had a top 3. I may have a little bit of a love affair with your centre-back love child pairing in Wout Faes, because I thought he was brilliant, Chris.
He did have a good game. Yeah.
He had a really good game, and considering the pressure of his role, because he's got to be lightning quick for 90 minutes, Chris, because he pushes forward, he gets into the half. Bloody dancing shoes down on the left wing trying to get in on the end of chances. I love to see it, Chris. Yeah. But this time where people have maybe criticised his defensive duties, he played really well. Then there's Mavadidi. He gets a goal and assist. It's hard to look past it. Yeah. He had a harder time on the left than Fatawu did. And he gets that. KDH was brilliant. Faes, Mavadidi and Fatawu, though, made my top 3 because I thought Fatawu was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. He didn't get a goal. He needs to find his shooting studs on with his dribbling boots, because they made a great, they'd make a great combination, because he was absolutely phenomenal. Every bit of atmosphere was lifted when he got the ball. He took players on. He has that left back in his pocket. Probably still has him in the boot, probably. He's that attached to him. He absolutely had him on toast. I think anybody in that attacking front sense, you could argue for man of the match. So I ended up giving it, though, Chris, to Abdul Fatawu. I thought he was tremendous. He never, ever shirked responsibility. Won the ball back, was attacking a loose ball, getting crosses in, driving into the box. Every time them Leicester fans were on the feet, he was involved in the reason behind it, because he got us forward and he was quick. That was that was Fatawu back at his best. I mean, both wingers were today. They were both brilliant, but he shone for me. So, yeah.
Bookline says here, did you see Mavadidi and Fatawu celebrating the final goal?
Mate, I loved it. Them scenes were...
Yeah,
them scenes were brilliant. The manager leaping in the air, punching it. Needed it. We needed that sort of atmosphere on the sidelines. I loved
Where
it.
have you been, mate? I mean, I think this is the first or second time I've seen you this season. Where have you been?
Probably drinking his sorrows over our recent form.
I thought, mate. I mean, obviously, it's probably work or something, but I missed you, Brookline. I've missed you. So who are your top three again? Sorry, you gone for Fatawu?
I had Fatawu, Mavadidi, and Wout Faze with my top three, and I ended up going with Fatawu because I thought they're all brilliant. I mean, God, Chris, please, I'm begging promotion. If one lonely signing can convince me I want to get promoted to tick all the causes to sign him, I'd fuck your transfer ban because we won't be able to sign him. That's why we need him. We need it in. Although Chelsea had a transfer ban and had an agreement in place and managed to sign someone, maybe we'll be able to expose that. I don't know. But please, for the love of God, whatever it takes in our power to make the loan agreements met, I hope there's not a promotion clause in and we can still bring him in anyway. But let's get him in because he was fantastic.
Yeah. Jeff says here,
Exactly,
everybody having different man of the match, which shows what a good team performance we had. It does. Like I say, it is difficult. I've given the team 8 because there was just some sloppiness in that team. Like I say, Doyle's crosses weren't always brilliant. His passes were good, but sometimes they were a little bit too hard. But I'm not going to criticise too much because you could argue that, like I say, that there was nobody was running for him when it came to crossing into the box. But yeah, I've gone for an 8. My man of the match, I had 3.
Oh.
My first one I went with Fatawu. My second one was Mavadidi. I thought they were outstanding today, as you said, indeed. And my third choice was KDH.
Yeah, again, can't argue with it. And again, you could be talking Winks and Ndidi for the donkey work they did.
In there because he was the rock at the back.
Mate, I'm not going to lie, right? Vestergaard's new nickname for me is the pinball wizard because he could ping balls around left and right like a flipper on a ping ball, mate. He was inch perfect with his passing today.
Yes.
Again, another contender you could have put in there.
Bookline, thank you so very much. John, the best channel out there. Thank you so very much, mate. The only player that I wouldn't give it to is actually Mads Hermansson. That's just because he had all to do. Apart from
and I still think he was a little bit of a fault for the goal. But yeah, that aside, and that's nice though, Chris, isn't it? It's nice to sit here and say the goalkeeper's not in the conversation because minus the goal, he didn't really have anything to do. It's nice. Trust me, as a goalkeeper, as much as you like to make them photograph saves, you'd rather not and see your team win easy. So yeah.
Yes. However, I've got to go for one. And I have to say, yes, KDH and Mavadidi scored goals, but both wingers, Mavadidi and Fatawu, were outstanding. And I think the fact that Norwich in that second half had to put 2 players on Fatawu sums up how much he was getting into them. And it was said, I had to watch Sky because my Leicester link for some reason didn't work at the start. It's been like that every week. So I was watching, carry on covering the Sky. I very much was listening, and they said everything good we were doing was coming down that right-hand side.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
And I, like you say, all right, so he didn't score when the other 2 did, but I have to say I have got to give it to Fatawu at the end of the day.
Always liked you, Chris. I know you like to speak sense from time to time.
Exactly. However, let's see what Alan says, because his message has come in and his has just said, bring on Birmingham. And he said, same again next week, Chris. So he has given a team performance, he agreed with me actually, because he has gone for 8 for the team performance. So, and remember, cheers, Paul. How you? Thanks very much. Go and enjoy being a granddad. I'm sure there's no better feeling, especially when you've won. Yeah, Bob, I made that same mistake, mate. It's a Monday, it's not a Saturday. I made myself. God, I'm just going to put that up because I made myself look silly earlier when I asked that question. So I'm just going to say there's another silly person out there. Thanks, Bob. You made me feel better.
The only reason I can think of that it is there'll be a red button option to watch them all, and they just pick that one to go on the Sky on the main screen to give them a makeup for it.
Possibly. Right. Anyway, here we go. But I don't know why my Leicester City link isn't winning.
See, mine was a bit on and off all day, but it was fairly stable. Unlike myself, I'm never stable.
No. And he's gone for KDH as his man of the match.
Again, you could make a very good case, so I can't argue with it. I thought he was brilliant as well, back to himself. You know, I say it, and it's like he gets amnesia. So, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, make sure you're not banging your head in the morning, because you were Kieran Dewsbury Hall today. You were writing on everything. You weren't letting them have a sniff of the ball. You were aggressive. You were forward. You weren't throwing your arms in the air and rolling around appealing for it. You weren't trying to be James Maddison. You were Kieran Dewsbury Hall. And again, Chris, yeah, it's nice to know. It's nice to have such a variety of people commenting different players, because it shows, like Jeff said, it just shows how good the overall performance is and why we're giving 8s and 9s.
Scott, yeah, if this is the reason, don't come in on any of the games now. We weren't. It was an absolute. I mean, look, there's the table. Let's have a look at the table again, and why not? It's been a while. Well, 3 weeks, I think it has, since we were top. It's only a point, and obviously Ipswich and Leeds are going to be playing. But Ipswich, I think, they'll drop a game behind as well, because they say they're supposed to play Coventry in the FA Cup. Southampton, they are going to have a huge say on who goes up, aren't they?
I did say that Southampton, out of the 4 of us, would probably be the struggle to make any late ends. I mean, that result does them no favours, but they could do us a favour realistically in themselves one today, because, like I said, Chris, it's not just the fact that we've gone top, because it'd be okay if we were sat here going, oh, we're top, but we played a game more. It's the fact that you're essentially saying, there it is, guys. Even if even if Ipswich and Leeds win their games in hand, which they don't have any, win their games, if we win our game in hand against Southampton, or we can get to this position before we play Southampton and keep it, that could be pivotal. We've got 2. I mean, they're all huge games, but games that need to be won in the same manner coming up before we play that Southampton game as well, Chris. I'd love to see this league table stay this way, sort of. So tonight, Matthew, for 90 minutes at 5:30 until about 7 o'clock, I will be I'll support the team that's playing against Ipswich. Because I'll take it, Chris. I'll take a draw in that game. I'll take a draw or Southampton win. That benefits Leicester, let's be honest. That's the best 2 outcomes.
And I'm sure you will feel the same way at 8 o'clock when you become a tiger, not a fox.
We're gonna grow and mature into a tiger. And again, I would take a draw or a Hall win in that one, because that's the psychological advantage Leicester will need. Leeds and Ipswich drop any points now, they'll be going, oh, we've got 6 games left and they've got a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, then all of a sudden, psychological, you got to love football for it. But we've got to get through our games first.
Let's not get carried away. It is one game.
No, we've not enjoyed much these last few weeks. Let's get carried away, Chris. Let's do a Leeds. Let's get carried away.
Can I just say, thank you, Jamie Vardy. You just cost me 3 points in the prediction league.
Thank you, Jamie Vardy, because I was sick of giving you 3 points for him. Well, I wouldn't mind it, Chris. It's Leicester. I don't mind giving out.
No, I accept. No, I'll take that every week. I'll take the 1 point. I was having a good. I did have a good Good Friday, as they say.
Although I'll say he cost me 3 points as well, because I had 2 on Leicester.
Oh, did you?
I'd gained nothing on you either way, really. But I'll take it. And to the nice Leeds fan of Carl who predicted Norwich 2-1. Love you, Carl.
We do love you, Carl. You're not going to see him this week because Dave's going to be back with you for the prediction show.
That he is. I'm looking forward to having him back. Long time overdue. So I was just checking the predictions league. I don't think I've had a good week either. Not the first one. I got a 3-point in the Norwich game, funnily enough, on Friday, but the rest of it was wrong. So you've done well, Chris. You've done well to get ahead of me there and break the deadlock.
11 good points there.
Chris, it could all come falling down on you. I don't know.
Whenever we have a double weekend or a double, prediction games, I always do absolutely shite in the second ones, Listen to the point, actually. Dara makes the point here. KDH not on corners today.
Good. I was glad to see it. I noted down the wingers were taking it, and that's funny enough the best players to take it because it's their job, Chris. I know they can drive into the box and have shots, but Mahrez was our corner taker because guess what he does, Chris? He's expected to put a good ball into the box. And yes, okay, the corners weren't brilliant at times. They didn't always beat the first man, but they were better deliveries into the box. There were more a chance for Leicester to get on the end of it. And even if it was like the goal we scored, Chris, a header back into the mixer, that's what we need to be doing. We haven't got 6-foot giants. We haven't got Robert Hoofs and Peter Crouches on the pitch. We need to be put it into the box in a way that we can still get on the end of it. And that's what I liked from the corner pieces. Because, again, too much responsibility on KDH's shoulders. You can't have him running the midfield, taking free kicks, taking corners. We need to separate that responsibility. So, well done, Enzo, for changing that up.
Gotta say, 98 likes, guys. If there's 2 of you in the chat that haven't liked it yet, please do. We need to try and get to the 100. Let's very quickly, and then we'll end on this. And I want to say, while everybody's in, don't forget 7:00 tonight. It's Let's Talk Leicester, and then at 9:00 tonight, it's the review show, and it's going to be a good one. So we're not going to go into too much detail, otherwise we'll be here till 3:00 in the morning, having had the 2 games. So there won't be a lot of like we normally do on the review shows, but I know Brad's been making notes, so Brad will be joining me on that. Then, if you want to join us at 7 for the Let's Talk Leicester.
I will probably choose that time to eat, Chris, so I'm all nice and fueled up for 9:00. But I will try and watch, mate. I will definitely be watching. And well done, Chris. Well done, Chris. I did nip over to the channel and hit my like on the like button because it'd be contradictory of me to ask. But we have hit 100 likes. Well done, all of you that have joined in.
Well done, guys.
Now, if all 100 of you want to head over to the sister channel, I'm just saying, Chris, all 100 of you want to go over to LTLD TV2, sorry to do my shameless plug, WSL content and a Leicester City only quiz. So if you love your Leicester and you love all things quizzes, get over there because Dave has agreed to be the second guinea pig on that. I'm just organising it, coming up with questions.
Whoa.
I know he's embracing the LTLD TV2 channel and one, of course. So yes, Dave's agreed to be next on. So I've got me questions, I've got my year category, Chris. So I'll be working that out with Dave and then setting that up hopefully through the midweek once we can come
so if you like your WSL and if you like your quizzes, Leicester City quizzes, the link there is in the chat for Leicester Till I Die 2, LTID TV 2. So go over there and give it a subscribe.
And don't worry, guys, I only plug it 38 times an episode. Don't worry. When I'm live, I only do it 38 times.
I'll be 2 a.m., says Jeff over there. Well, get into bed, mate. Minra will be waiting for you.
Yeah, have yourself a night, Will. Knock yourself out and enjoy it.
Yeah. I want to talk substitutions. First substitutions, I mean, we used all 5. So fair play. Sublime to the ridiculous, really, isn't it? 75 minutes, Vardy on for Daka. Good substitution. Was needed, but probably in fairness was needed, I think 10 minutes before that, just because of the lift it would give. And like I say, Daka, I'm not going to criticise Daka. He didn't have a bad game, but what's the word I'm looking for? He just wasn't effective today. He wasn't getting the balls for whatever reason. 83 minutes, 2 more substitutions. Pratt and Chowdhury on. Ricardo and Ndidi off. I understand, both of them were have come back from injuries, so I get it.
Yeah.
They played a long game. And Fatawu and Ndidi, they were just out on the feet, and Eunice and Justin came on. Good subs, right times. What do you think of those?
Yeah, actually, I do. Yeah, I know the urge to have put Jamie Vardy on the second the tempo drop, because it did. We were a little bit slower. I think that mindset. I think Norwich knew it, and I was very surprised. I was gleefully surprised, but I was surprised that Norwich didn't seem to want to press the occasion. They just seemed set on trying to do as much damage to Leicester as they could by keeping them at bay, and it just wasn't working. Keeping the scoreline down, because Leicester had that cautious 10 minutes where Norwich actually. Well, I think, Chris, it felt like up until that point, Chris, for about 65 minutes, Leicester never let Norwich have the ball. I don't think they got out of their half until that sort of second goal went in, Chris. But I actually think it was a good time to bring Vardy on. Yes, I would have liked him to come on earlier, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. I think we need to just see through the first 5-10 minutes of Norwich and see what they were going to do, and not go too. No, don't show your cards too early. When we got later on in the game, you put Vardy on. I think it was good game management. Again, complete contrast to Friday, where he got everything wrong. He made reactive subs. He made subs today for the occasion. And just when that tempo would just seem to drop, and you can hear the fans just a little bit like, come on, keep the intensity going. He puts Vardy on, and after a couple of minutes, that intensity re-picked back up. And then, look, subs made sense. Players coming back, like Pratt and Atgun, coming on for players that are still coming back from long-term injuries in Ricardo and Ndidi. It's safety for the players, keeping them fresh, keeping them fit. We've got a few more days off. We've got a bit of a breathing space between now and Saturday when we're back at the King Power. And I think his substitutes were spot on. And the players that came off deserved, near the end, deserved the standing ovation they got. They were all fantastic today. And all the subs did a job. They stepped up. They never dropped. We're talking about JJ pressing till the end, Chris. It was like that from all substitutes. They all put in a shift.
Yes, yeah. And I say, Fatawu and Mavadidi, dead on their legs. Absolutely dead on their legs. And look, sometimes we criticise things like we criticise players when it's not their fault, because, Fatawu, when you got two players on you, it's going to be hard, isn't it?
Yeah. And they still had him on toast at points.
Oh, we did, yeah. But what I'm saying is that you've got, we have a go at Enzo for his subs, and I have a go at him as much as the next person. But I just think he once said, I can't remember when it was, but he once said that there's no point in making substitutes for substitute sense, and we were winning. So why make the substitutes? Do you know what I mean? And then when he did make the substitutes, it was for a reason.
Yeah, it was, and that's what was needed, Chris. It needed to be made for a purpose. You don't just change personnel for the sake of personnel, especially when you're winning a game. You have to make these decisions, and some decisions may have been made premeditated, like the game situation, Leicester being on top, Leicester looking comfortable. All right, they haven't got the third at that point, but it seemed ever present that it was going to come, Chris. You can take them players off. You want to make subs to the occasion for injured players, sure, but you also want to make the right decisions. If someone's having a good game, you don't just take them off because, we need to make subs and kill some time off. Although, Chris, it was nice to write down at about 78 minutes. That's karma for you, Norwich. Leicester time wasting after their goalkeeper and doing it since about 21st minute.
Yeah.
So look, it all works out. Sometimes, Chris, in football, when you don't expect it, and we didn't today, if we're being honest, we had two predictions, if you will, before the game kicked off, didn't we?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Everything came up Millhouse, as the expression is for Leicester, and that's just what we needed. And again, it's going to happen Saturday, but for now, enjoy it.
Yes, exactly. In a couple of hours we might not be top, but it is, as they say, over to you, Ipswich, over to you, Leeds. And
tell with one, Chris, Leicester City haven't mucked around getting the highlights up on YouTube. You can tell they're making advantage of us winning. That's the quickest I've seen a notification saying highlights in about 3 weeks.
Well, why not? Why not? look, I know you're not a huge lover of stats, but I'm going to throw these at you anyway. Look, Norwich, second in the form table.
I saved myself from the stats.
Yeah. No, oh, that was bad. Norwich, second in the form table. Should have come and really had a go at us, I think. As I'm looking at the table now, Norwich are sixth. Coventry they've actually now got a game in hand on Norwich, which I guess what they're going to be playing at the moment.
Coventry have just taken the lead. Coventry just everything was 0-0. It's literally just flashed up. Coventry 1, Cardiff 0.
Right.
So they have just taken the lead.
I'm guessing then may well be have caught up. Yes, they have 1-0. You're quite right. So they may well have caught up with Norwich. So Norwich had to go for it. But for a team that's in sixth, that needed to cement that playoff place, because look, the top four I think are going up. Not going up, but they're going to be the top four that are fighting to go up. And everybody else is fighting for the last two places. West Brom, possibly pretty much a safe. They've only got 68 points.
Well, I'd still say West Brom are safe in there. I'd still say they should be safe.
But 39% possession for Norwich, 6 shots, 2 on target, 2 corners. Now, looking at the shots, 6 shots for Norwich in that position, not good enough. And I'm going to be quick enough to criticise Leicester for this. So I'm going to criticise Norwich for it.
Yeah, for me, Chris, and we said this about Leicester, Bristol in a way on Friday. I can't believe it's changed so badly. But if you was a neutral fan and you didn't know the league positions, you were just told one of these teams isn't on great form and the other one's not lost in 3 and on great form, and you got asked to watch this game and then pick which one was in great form, your instinct would have told you, well, Leicester must be flying because that was an easy game for Leicester in retrospect. Norwich looked nervous. They looked like a team out of form. And that just shows you how funny the game is because Norwich had all the results on the Friday, didn't they? They won their game. I think Hull lost theirs. So that opened up that gap. And this, again, it shows you how quickly turn around equal fair play.
Just to sort of change, to go back on what I was saying, Norwich actually, Coventry are in 7th. So even if they win today, they won't catch Norwich because Norwich are on 64, Coventry on 63. But Coventry have got the better goal difference. So saying all that, Norwich needed to do more than they did today.
They did, and Kate had a Norwich fan with him, and I can imagine that the Norwich fan that was with Kate was expressing the same frustrations of every Norwich fan out there. I don't think there'll be a Norwich fan out there that can say anything too good towards the Leicester towards their own performance. Minus taking the lead, Chris. They were not what we expected to turn up. A team in form playing like that, they looked like they were there for the 0-0, Chris. And every time that happened,
a Norwich away record is abysmal. That is very true, Great. Very, very true. And that's why I didn't use it at the start of the show. I used the fact that they were second overall. But Kate said the same point as well. And I forgot, what did you just say? Sorry, my mind's gone. I went off on one then, and I forgot what I was going to reply to you.
Yeah, I was saying.
No, I've got it. Yeah, at 1-0 when they took the lead against the run of play, a good move. Leicester's defensive frailties were exposed again, with nobody following, or going with the runner. At that point, on those form and on the current form, I would have expected Norwich to go off and do their best to get a second. But from that point, they don't think they offered much at all.
No, they didn't, Chris. And I suppose a little bit understandably, and fair play to the crowd, they could have easily just started moaning and groaning and got on their backs a bit, but they got behind the players and the players didn't drop their intensity. They kept going. And again, two teams opposite ends of the form table. You were probably thinking, oh, here they go. Norwich are going to feel confident now. They're going to get out Leicester. We're going to be nervous. It's going to be all Norwich for the rest of this half after that. But it wasn't, Chris. It literally was like, okay. I mean, one thing you saw today, we may have been missing that middle a little bit. Wilfred Ndidi, as soon as it went, he looked around. He could see maybe some players starting to break a little bit, and again, he just went, chill. We've got this. He just did the lovely hands down, just like, it's all right. We've been good. We'll still go in. We'll get back into this game. And we did, Chris. And again, I don't care. I'll be happily disappointed in oppositions playing like Norwich did. If they play like that for the rest of our season, Chris, against us, I'll happily take it. But yeah, you couldn't tell me that Norwich were fighting for the playoffs, Chris. And
No,
like I said,
no.
yes, they won't lose 6th place today, Chris. But that psychologicalness in football, one of the biggest marauding powers in football that isn't on the pitch. Coventry win and Preston win their game. I mean, Preston, are they playing Preston? Preston, where are you? Preston, I can't see you.
Preston are playing.
Preston are away to Birmingham.
They are,
So
yeah.
if
Yeah.
they get a win as well, Chris, they both Coventry. All right, they're on 39 now, technically because they're playing. But if they win both their games, they'll be a point or two behind Norwich with a game in hand, and all of a sudden Norwich could be the team that find themselves in 8th. You know, Hull have got a bit more of a gap, so they probably can't overtake them. But again, they'll be back in that mix. I mean, that playoff 6th spot from 8th is still looking as just as tasty a fight as the top 3 is for the title. I know we shouldn't rule Southampton out of it, but I still say the weight of how many games they've got to fit in due to cancellations and whatnot is going to be too much for them. Although I will be a 4th place supporter come 8 o'clock because I daren't say the name because they'll jinx it.
Yeah. Leicester are in 15th at the moment, John. But like I say, we've played and everybody else is just playing. But that does include the 3-1 Norwich win. I'm going to go and get something to eat now. I've had a couple of takeaways, but it's my birthday weekend, so I'm going to have another one. Sod it. That's what I say. And then I'm going to consider buying the latest replica Leicester shirt. So thank you so very much to Brad. Do go out and check out LTID TV2, Brad's channel, for all your WSL, LCWFC news and all your quizzes as well. And now all over. The link is in the chat. I put the link in a little while ago. Please do it and go over there and give him a subscribe. Let's get behind Brad. You know that get Brexit done. This is get behind Brad. I think we should do this, Brad. And I will see you at 9 o'clock for the review show.
Yeah, and thankfully I've got one game that I'm looking forward to talking to you about more than the other. So yeah, looking forward to it, Chris.
We'll just touch on Bristol. We'll just touch on
Yeah. That was just a pre-season friendly, didn't count.
In fairness, this weekend sums Leicester up. We lose against the team that we should have won, and we easily beat the team that we think would probably give us a tough game.
Yeah, the joys of football, mate. The joys of football.
I
mean, it would have been ideal to win both of them, but I'm just thankful to see how it is. And
but to quote a North London saying, that is so Leicestery, isn't it?
It is. It's a Leicester roller coaster ride, mate. We think we know it by now, but we still seem to find ways to be surprised by how we do things. But look, we're back top of the tree. We might not still be there come full time. We become all the full times. But this is all Leicester can do, Chris. It's give themselves that initiative. And you know what? If we get to a point where Ipswich or Leeds drop points and we're still in the top 2 by a couple of points, that game in hand, Chris, suddenly becomes a game that Ipswich and Leeds are dreading and not Leicester. And that's what I want to get to. That's our next goal. But bring on Birmingham at the weekend and let's keep it going.
And we will also be bringing you the second half of the Leeds game because we'll probably have that on in the background.
No doubt, mate. We'll have that on as a minute. It'll be a watch-along review show.
Yeah, it'll just be a Leicester show. Let's just call it a Leicester show. But thanks all. Thank you very much, Gray, for my belated birthday. I appreciate that. Who scored? Nobody. Cheers, Chris and Brad, says John. And Jeff says, thanks, everybody. A nice end to the Easter weekend. It certainly was. See you later, Brad.
Yeah,
have a good meal, mate. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Do get over and check out Brad's channel. Like I say, LTID TV2 for all your quiz and women's football action. Matthew, you're a gentleman, sir. Thank you so very much. Brad will appreciate that. Obviously, there's a lot of work on here. His channel, we sort of merged it with ours, and he concentrates on one thing now. It does take a bit of pressure off me. Ronald, cheers. Great watch along again. Thank you so very much, Ronald. Your kind words mean a lot. Keep your fingers crossed for the Lions tonight. Yeah, good luck in the is that the Speedway, isn't it? I believe that is the Speedway. And we will be back at 7 with Neil, and we will be talking all things Leicester. Not about the match because that's in the review at 9, but do catch us at 7 with a special guest Neil. Thanks very much to everybody that's been in, everybody that's subbed, everybody that's liked. We got to the 104, I think it was. Really do appreciate it. And Andreas, thank you so very much for your kind words as well. And enjoy what's left of the weekend. And join us tonight. If you've got nothing to do, Easter Monday night, nothing on telly. The films will be repeat. 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Get over here for the best shows around about Leicester. Possibly, maybe, possibly could be. See you later. Thanks very much. Come on, you foxes. 3 points in the bag, top of the table for a couple of hours at least.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.